Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Eternal Life Game, My Life is Strengthened. Chapter 81. Name, Lu San. Gender, Male. What are you doing here? Patrol. Where is this? Yindu, Wangquan District, Luosha Street. The name is quite nice. Just when Li Mumu was about to continue the cross-examination. Master. The former elf queen wants to see you for something. The voice of the great space wall Dragon King came from the earrings. Dragon King, what's the matter with you? Across the world, you are such a dick to begin with. Or is the enhancement of the pot of desire so awesome? Ding, the coordinates of the weird world have been captured. A system tone sounded in everyone's ears. All the creatures in the strange world looked frightened, wondering who was speaking. Li Mumu, on the other hand, was very calm. Isn't this the system sound of the immortal game? World rules are being modified. The world is merging. No matter it is a creature in the strange world at the next moment. Or a player in the immortality game. Even the people in Blue Star heard a notification sound in their ears. The version of the immortality game has been updated, adding a new map and a strange world that players can explore on their own. The weird live broadcast system has been captured, and now players in the parallel world can also log into the immortality game. The Eternal Life game rewards player Li Mumu who provides coordinates, and rewards talent sublimation +1. ? I sat up in a dying dream. Why does it have to do with myself? Could it be the Dragon King's communication? No, your own immortality game is such an awesome thing. Not as good as your own mount's communication system. Don't tell him that this is not communication, but the bond between him and his mount, such an outrageous topic. Talent level 0, Pot of Desire is being sublimated. The Pot of Desire ran out without being summoned by Li Mumu. Then, like a real clay pot, his body began to crack inch by inch. Congratulations to the players, the Stage 0 talent has evolved into the Stage 1 talent. The Pot of Desire evolves into the Abyss of Desire. Abyss of Desire. Domain type, first level talent. Full of greed, dirty yet sacred things. Strengthen. You can spend your lifespan to strengthen the target object. The same item can be enhanced multiple times, and the lifespan of each enhancement is 9 times higher than the previous one. The first enhancement consumes 1 year of life. Conversion. Any valuable item can be converted into lifespan. Deprivation. You can forcibly deprive other players of their only profession and make it your own. The current upper limit that can be deprived is 0/1. Hiss. Li Mumu's teeth were a little sore. You're going to die if you're so perverted. Strengthening does not change anything. But there are 2 new effects. It can be said that it is quite an urgent need. One is lifespan. This thing, even though it seems easy for him to earn millions of years now. Although lifespan is now equal to currency. But money can be increased at will, and the total wealth of the world will continue to increase. Of course, the lifespan will increase with the increase of the new population and the continuous development of the immortality game. Will also increase. But it's hard to grow explosively. That's a lot in total. Li Mumu once again strengthened his lifespan of 10 million years, and then he took over the country's cooperation. It shouldn't be difficult to get. But 100 million years, a billion years. Well, it's really hard. But anything of value can be transformed. Li Mumu chuckled. Take off the subduing dragon, subduing tiger, great mercifulness and great compassion, revealing true body, great mighty heavenly dragon to protect my body ring. Come out. Desire abyss. Master, my respected master, my dear master, my noble master, I am your most loyal servant. This fool has no mouth. Generally speaking, the pot of lust still has the shape of a mouth. He can also force physical silence. But what about the shape of this abyss of desire? Like a flat black hole, or a 2D ghost stone. There is only one plane. I can't even catch his mouth. This talent evolution must be the evolution of your own licking skills. Eliminated the bug that the talent master Li Mumu can physically interrupt people licking, right? Stop talking, let's digest this Lu San on the ground first. Yes, my master. German accent. This guy came back from training with Bone King. Lifespan plus 100 years. The Abyss of Desire is now just a plane. But it's more like a portal. The abyss of desire swept across Lu San's body, and Lu San just disappeared. Come on, swallow this ring again. Li Mumu threw the great compassion ring into the abyss. Lifespan plus 200 years. Li Mumu frowned. Why is it so small? Then wouldn't my nesting doll plan be about to fail? You must know that the cost of this ring is 100 years, and it took another 111 years to strengthen it. It took me 11 years to get here, both inside and out. Disappointment. Can't live without the joy of nesting dolls. No more. Dragon King, come and pick me up. Yes. Thinking that the former Elf King still had something to do with him, Li Mumu still planned to go back and have a look. After all, the Weird World has now become the new map of the Eternal Life game. Moreover, Blue Star people in other parallel worlds can also log into the Eternal Life game. Li Mumu didn't know what it meant to others. But for him, more people means a greater upper limit on the total lifespan of all human beings. These are all resources for him to continue to become stronger. Gotta plan well. And doesn't this also have a deprivation effect that is useless? The only way to change careers has always been a mystery. Even many sole career owners don't know why they can change careers. The birth conditions are strange and weird. But I have been deprived. Hehe, although there is only one quota. Li Mumu already has 2 candidates in mind. Wang Sang has been killed, and the new Slaughter King has not yet come out. But Sasaki's Lord of the 100 Demons and Aikawa's Composite Sword Master are still waiting for him in prison. Hey, Master, how did you do it? Xiao Yu looked at Li Mumu with admiration. The great god is indeed a great god. Just now, everyone was having a headache together about the origin of these 2 worlds. Little people like me can only think about it. But the great god will provide the coordinates without saying a word. A new map that turns the Weird World into an immortal game. Sure enough, there is an insurmountable gap between great gods and ordinary people like myself. Ahem, it's so basic, don't do it. Li Mumu coughed twice in embarrassment. He didn't know that the Dragon King was such a dick. A wave of 100,000 years of strengthening must be rewarded to the Dragon King. Or just drag it to 1,000,000 years. After all, it is your own facade. Master, I have reached the target airspace. Do you want to descend to the low altitude area? The Dragon King's questioning voice came to his ears. Li Mumu is now anxious to go back and see what happened. I don't intend to take Dragon King off the shelves and show off. Xiao Yu, I'm leaving now. You guys continue to play. Li Mumu said hello to Xiao Yu beside him, and flew straight into the sky. The next moment, Li Mumu flew to the high altitude where the Dragon King was. If we were on Earth, this might be considered the middle layer, which is about 80,000 meters high. But the sky of this eternal world. Sorry, at least it is farther than the distance from the Earth to the moon. Return to your throne. Dragon King, let's go. The ancient forest. Kagome looked like she was constipated. Pain and happiness. It hurts because the ancient forest may have to change its name in the future. It's called the Ancient Sea. Happy because of the elves. Is increasing geometrically. You must know that after the world tree was strengthened by Li Mumu. Just a few hundred elves can produce a fountain of life like a waterfall. Then the fountain of life produced a large number of new tribesmen. New tribesmen gave birth to new beliefs. The world tree produces more fountains of life. It was just the time when Li Mumu went out to enjoy the autumn breeze in the strange world. The number of elves has increased to 1,000,000. What the hell? We don't have enough clothes in stock. The newly born tribesmen are already collecting leaves to hide their shame. Moreover, the cost of food and clothing for 1,000,000 elves is also a big problem. Kagome's brain was about to explode. If the birth rate of new elves does not slow down. The next wave is 10 million elves. The next wave will be 100 million. Then it's 1,000,000,000. If this continues, within a few days, the eternal world will be burst by elves. A dragon roar sounded. The Dragon King of the Great Space Wall has returned to the airspace of the ancient forest. Li Mumu looked down from the Dragon King's head. Good guy. A living inland sea was created. Fortunately, all the trees in the ancient forest are giant trees that are several hundred meters tall. Now the elves are staying on the tree branches. It's just that the picture is a bit beautiful. The elf who came out in front was okay and had spare clothes. What comes out later is even more miserable. Only a few leaves can be used to block key points. Li Mumu took a few breaths of surprise at this scene. 100,000 more new elves were born. Seeing this, Li Mumu still didn't understand why the former elf king was looking for him. Abyss of Desire. Ah, my beloved lord. Wow 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 wow. Give me all your lifespans. Abyss of Desire originally thought that he had no mouth now. The owner has no way to interrupt his dog-licking behavior. But Li Mumu directly used the ability of the Lord of Nature to transfer the Fountain of Life to the face of Desire Abyss. Lifespan plus 10 years. Lifespan plus 10 years. Lifespan plus 10 years. A series of lifespan increasing beeps sounded in my ears. Xiaoyuan, can you be bigger? I can't keep up at this speed. After hearing Li Mumu's words, Desire Abyss. The originally flat body instantly expanded to all directions, covering most of the ancient forest. Ouch! The entire black plain is removed downwards. In less than 2 breaths, all the spring of life is absorbed. Li Mumu's lifespan directly exceeded 1 million. Then Li Mumu will return to the original size of the Abyss of Desire, blocking the outlet of the Fountain of Life. Lifespan increases at a rate of 10 years per second. Li Mumu was excited. Isn't this a business with no capital and huge profits? 1 second and 10 years is the lifespan speed. 1 day is 864,000 years of life. You know, this is the current speed. 1 day gives you 860,000 years of life. Will he continue to strengthen this world tree? What if the number of elves now increases tenfold? Throw tiles. Calling him. King, you are back. Kagome stepped forward to say hello. What's going on now? Li Mumu asked, mainly because he was too lazy to count by himself. So far, the total number of elves in the ancient forest has exceeded 1.5 million. Kagome replied respectfully. This is a number that he never dared to dream of. Why are elves so loved by slave owners? Just because of reproductive isolation and beauty? No. And scarcity. As well as, elves are easy to bully. That's right, they are easy to bully. The population of elves means that they are destined to be unable to organize a large-scale army. Even if they are looking for trouble, they are just some guerrilla teams. Just like the one Li Mumu saw when he first came here. Everything is because of this man in front of me. God's messenger. He is now her king. What should I do? I really want to kneel down and lick the king's toes. Kagome, control your desires. There are so many, how can we solve the problem of people's livelihood? Will the resources of the ancient forest be supplied? Li Mumu issued a soul torture, which shocked Kagome. The elves in the ancient forest only had about 10,000 people at their peak. At that time, we elves basically relied on collecting wild fruits, mushrooms and the like for food. Now, Kagome didn't have the nerve to say it clearly. The meaning is obvious. The elves have always lived a life of nature. Now there are 1.5 million elves, and the mother of the ancient forest has quit. Can't afford it. Hey, then I just have to buy it. Dragon King, which country is closest to here? Master, this is the Principality of Reiner. Li Mumu pondered slightly after hearing the Dragon King's reply. Kagome, how is the relationship between the Reiner Principality and the elves? The Principality of Reiner is the largest exporter of elf slaves. Kagome gritted her teeth. Oh, that's it. I originally planned to buy daily necessities. What do you think about the elves establishing a country in the future? Li Mumu asked sincerely. Mainly. His greed told him. For the ancient forest, 1.5 million elves is a bit crowded. But for a country, Little Cherry Blossoms, it has a population of over 100 million. Establish an elven kingdom. It's not too much to have a permanent population of 100 million, right? Just thinking about how long his life will last will make Li Mumu drool. Ah, King, what do you mean? Kagome's face flushed with excitement. Could it be that one? The elf Kalena has been paying for it for a long time. Now I will pay him back 100-fold. Li Mumu made an impassioned speech. He is now the elf king. It's not too much to ask for justice for the elves. King. Kagome stands up. Approach Li Mumu. What? Li Mumu looked at Kagome who suddenly approached him. A little confused. What I just said wasn't exciting enough. The king's bravery and greatness cannot be expressed in words. Please allow me to do so. Kagome stared into Lee Mumu's eyes seriously. What are you allowed to do? Please allow me to kiss your toes to express my admiration for the king. Kagome knelt down. With a flushed face, he yelled out a perverted statement. Don't want. Lee Mumu refused righteously. The licking dog around him only had the can drinking water from it. Well, now it's a 2D abyss. So perverted. Nausea. Lee Mumu quickly sent Kagome away. Ask her to arrange for 10,000 people to follow her to the Principality of Lina to purchase goods. Well, it was originally supplies for more than 1 million people. It would definitely be better to arrange more people. But, currently, in the entire Elf Kingdom, only more than 10,000 people have clothes to wear. Another issue is the Fountain of Life. Although this abyss of desire is now a domain talent. But in the final analysis, it is still my own talent. You simply cannot work too far away from yourself. Lee Mumu activated his ability as the Lord of Nature. Communicate with the World Tree. But it is a pity that although the World Tree looks very spectacular and majestic, but the level of intelligence is not as good as a piece of grass on the roadside. Lee Mumu tried to communicate with the little weeds on the roadside, and the little weeds would also say, "Oh, this human being is so handsome." As for the World Tree, like a cold machine, it can only mechanically collect the power of faith from elves. Then through his machine, it becomes a fountain of life full of vitality. In fact, it is more accurate to say that it is the amniotic fluid of elves. Because although this thing is full of vitality, drinking it directly will not increase your lifespan. Lee Mumu tried to modify the parameters of World Tree. This was what Lee Mumu thought at first. Castrate the World Tree. The fountain of life that produced him no longer has the function of breeding elves. Just like fertilized eggs and unfertilized eggs. Although the essence is the same, one can hatch chicks and the other cannot. In this way, Lee Mumu can harvest the fountain of life regularly. Later I thought that although elves are immortal species. However, it is not an immortal species. New life needs to be replenished regularly. I have no choice but to choose other modification methods. As Lee Mumu operates, the outlet of the fountain of life. After a while, life juice spurts out. After a while, milk of life spurted out. There was even a time when red liquid sprayed out accidentally. The picture is very bloody. Fortunately, the sweeping robot desire abyss is here. Every last drop went into his mouth. Finally, after hundreds of experiments by Lee Mumu, the things that were sprayed out became the size of fingers. Crystals similar to glass beads. Just a little push. The glass beads will explode. Become a fountain of life. Moreover, in the crystallized state, it does not have the ability to breed elves. Enough springs of life need to be generated around the World Tree to react with the World Tree and generate elves. Lee Mumu modified the parameters again. Let the World Tree generate the spring of life every day. Divided into 86 equal parts. Each time a crystal of the fountain of life is produced. Lee Mumu can regain a lifespan of 10,000 years through the abyss of desire. Then when it comes time to produce more elves, just crush the crystals. And this thing is of no use to others, only Lee Mumu can recycle it. Every day, you only need to arrange a few elves here to collect the crystals produced. Very nice. After solving the problem of World Tree, Lee Mumu looked at the balance of his lifespan. Almost 1.1 million years more. Look at the Great Wall Dragon King again. In the 5th stage of strengthening, you are so awesome. It's hard to make people not want to continue to strengthen you. The abyss of desire is still lying aside, muttering in his mouth. Ah, it's so full, I can't drink a drop. Xiao Yuan, get up and work. Lee Mumu's demonic whisper sounded. Master, your will is the direction I will go forward. Hey, the level of literature has improved. Come and strengthen the Great Space Wall Dragon King. Execute your will. The abyss of desire stretches its body. Then he swallowed the Great Space Wall Dragon King. I'll go, you fixed the bug of not being able to swallow reinforcements, right? Lee Mumu complained. I don't know if it's because I think spitting strengthens it and it's unsightly. So talent sublimation fixed this bug. Or the pot of lust felt uncomfortable not being able to swallow it, so it was sublimated like this. Lifespan 100,000 years. The Great Space Wall Dragon King evolves into the World Dragon that monitors the world. The abyss of desire spits out the world dragon that monitors the world. Li Mumu only saw a ray of light spitting out from the abyss of desire and shooting toward the sky. World dragon monitoring the world. The legendary dragon, the world dragon, has a body length that can wrap around the world. Legend has it that no creature has ever seen the head of the world dragon, because all the creatures he saw were swallowed into the dragon's body. A world dragon that monitors the world. It is a semi-mechanical and semi-biological life transformed through a young world dragon using technological and biological means. It is said that just the materials for transformation have consumed all the resources of a planet. After the transformation is completed, the world dragon has an extremely long body and intelligent machinery that fills every inch of its body. Surrounding the world, he can monitor every inch of the world. Use him as a mount. Your brain Vatra. Flight speed, sublight speed. But due to the combination of mechanics and biology, you can use the subspace jumping technology on the world dragon at will to move anywhere on his body. In other words, as long as the world dragon body exists, you can reach it instantly. That's great. So powerful. It sounds awesome. Li Mumu was amazed. No wonder the abyss of desire spits directly into the sky. It may take several days to spit it out bit by bit. But this is not the end. The abyss of desire continues to strengthen. The world dragon that monitors the world. Li Mumu gave the order. Yes, my master. Abyss of Desire's tone was slightly tired. Then he saw the abyss of desire and sucked it into the sky. Lifespan -1 million years. The world dragon that monitors the world evolves into. The world dragon that monitors the world evolves into a nano-progenitor dragon. Nano Zulong. Luo Hu, a strong man from the ancient world, joined forces with the god-level civilization to force the ancestral dragon, who had the strongest body in the ancient world, to escape from the ancient world. In the secondary jump space, he was captured by a god-level civilization. Using the power of the entire god-level civilization and consuming the resources of the entire galaxy, a nano-life form was transformed. It is equipped with a god-level computing center hidden in the dark matter space, and 93 stars provide it with computer energy. Ability to rewrite rules from the dark matter level. Positioning: God-class interstellar war main ship. A fusion of the strongest physique in the world and god-level nanotechnology. Every cell possesses devastating energy. The length is 95.27 million meters and the width is 1 million meter. The masterpiece of a god-level civilization. Hiss, where's Si Gui? Li Mumu felt that his heartbeat had accelerated a lot. Although it may be a little more condensed than the world dragon in terms of size. But the functionality is completely different. Master, it is my pleasure to continue serving you. The familiar Dragon King AI language came to my ears. It seems that Abyss of Desire has indeed been upgraded. It's not like going to some god-level civilization and stealing things from the bottom of people's boxes. Zulong, can you monitor the map of the entire eternal world? Li Mumu asked. After all, it is something from the prehistoric plate and a god-level civilization. It sounds like this nano-archosaurus is very attractive. I'm sorry, Master, the section of the eternal world has exceeded the size of the average galaxy. My computing power cannot monitor it, but if I just monitor the current activity range of Blue Star players, it will be very easy for me. Zulong replied. Okay. Li Mumu was not too disappointed. After all, with his 1800 trillion mental power, he can't even see through the sky of this eternal world. This world is ridiculously big and easy to accept. Okay, then you can help me find out where the elves living in the ancient forest are, as well as the power situation of the Principality of Reiner. Li Mumu just finished speaking. Zulong had already displayed all the information in front of Li Mumu. It is indeed a computing center powered by 93 stars. No delay at all. Come down head first and let me take a look. After the nano-ancestral dragon was strengthened, the Desire Abyss directly dropped him into the sky tens of millions of meters above. Under the cover of clouds, it is impossible to see. As you command, Master. After receiving the order, the nano-ancestor dragon lowered its entire dragon head. I don't know what kind of technology blessing it is. A distance of tens of millions of meters can be reached in an instant. There haven't been any sparks yet. Sure enough, nanotechnology is still needed. Anyway, anything that goes against common sense of physics can be explained by nanotechnology. The 1 million-meter wide dragon head connects heaven and earth. It's hard to describe Lee Mumu's shock at this moment. 100 million square meters. That is 1 million square kilometers. How can I put it? It's almost 1/10 the size of China. Maybe I don't have any idea. But this size is transferred to a living creature. Just for the eyes, it is the size of a smaller city. This comparison is almost clear. Zulong's nostrils can fit a skyscraper. Ah, no. It's the nose hair of Zulong. It's even bigger than a certain goddess statue. Countless times bigger. If you put a pyramid and then put my throne, it seems a bit petty. What Lee Mumu is most concerned about is his pretentiousness. The current size of the ancestral dragon. Even if you put a 300-meter long and wide pyramid on it. It's just like having an acne. There is no domineering air. This is not good. You can't show off. No matter how big or powerful you are, what's the use? Master, if you can, how about I design it? Nano Zulong made a suggestion. Okay, come on. Lee Mumu handed it over to Zulong's AI with confidence. Let alone the AI of a god-level civilization. Even after Blue Star's current AI collects enough data. Now you can create amazing drawings. As the order is given. A majestic hall was generated on Zulong's head. Go further and look at the whole thing. Just like the ancestral dragon wearing an emperor's crown. When you walk in, this hall is actually a complex of buildings. Too big. What does it feel like to have a pillar hundreds of thousands of meters high? Lee Mumu felt that the pillars that a certain monkey kicked through the Nanshan gate were not as high as this. Style. The facade is very impressive, and the design inside is also antique. Fortunately, Zulong didn't act awkwardly. Give Lee Mumu a throne of 500 square kilometers. It's normal size. But the interior design of the entire hall is guided by sight lines. No matter what he does, his eyes are always attracted to the throne in the center of the hall. Master, Kagome is here. Zulong tips. Although strengthened, Nano Ancestral Dragon and Space Great Wall Dragon King are completely different. But the data seems to be common. It has no impact. Let her come over. The next moment, Kagome was teleported into the main hall with a blinded look on her face. After reacting for a moment, Kagome put away her slightly panicked look after her eyes caught sight of Lee Mumu on the throne. King, we have gathered 10,000 elves as per your request. Kagome knelt down on one knee and reported. Okay, Ancestral Dragon, teleport the elves up and set off for the Principality of Lina. Next moment, 10,000 elves were teleported into the hall. Laughing to death. If compared to the proportions of a normal hall, these 10,000 people would not even be able to fill up the size of a brick. Father. Dad. Daddy. Dad. Dad. Familiar taste. Being called dad by 10,000 people at the same time. The targets are all 9-headed elves with figures comparable to supermodels. Lee Mumu was in pain. Sometimes, he really wants to be a pervert. Ahem, get ready and come with me to rescue your family. The main hall has its own amplification effect. Lee Mumu's voice was able to overwhelm the voices of 10,000 people. After signaling them to move freely, Lee Mumu clicked on the information Zulong gave him. This is the Principality of Lina, and its current main player is the Quilt Kingdom on Blue Star. It covers an area of more than 6 million square kilometers. Well, the area is more than 10 times larger than their country in the real world. Equivalent to 6 ancestral dragon heads. Moreover, Zulong is also a strategic weapon. After the elves on the ground are securely installed, the Nano Ancestor Dragon can be fully arranged. When the life expectancy is recorded every day, it will be a joy to think about it. There are currently 13 professions in the Principality of Reiner. Players from the Quilt Kingdom are called 13 Pillar Gods. They are 13th Pillar, the only professional owner, King of Fraud, Wampus. Column 12. The only professional owner Crime King, Kadimi. The 11th Pillar. Column 11. The only professional owner, King of Lust, Kuka. The 10th Pillar. The only professional owner Beast King, Keanu. 9th Pillar. The only professional owner Hunter, Abby. The 8th Pillar. The only professional owner Doll King, Tong Ya. 7th Pillar. The only professional owner Shui Ji, Wen Min. The sixth pillar, the only professional owner dual king, Jolai. The fifth pillar, the only professional owner, stick king, Brunei. The fourth pillar, the only professional owner the evil emperor, Pengapong. The third column, the only professional owner gluttonous emperor, Mu Za. Second column, the only professional owner king of kidnapping, Dao Tuo. The first column, the only professional owner pig king, Timon. It sounds very bluffing, but no China is just a zodiac organization. There are 13 unique professions. Not to mention the 4 symbols and the dragon emperor. There are also the king of knights and the king of slaughter who choose to play solo. There is no comparison at all. There are not many actual achievements. Of course, this refers to the record against the only profession. But the results of these 13 pillars in other places are quite famous. For example, the information Zulong gave to Li Mumu is shown above. Crime King Kadimi. The passive skill is that you can get high experience by committing crimes. This thing just goes around doing mischief. Massacre the city today. When you get tired tomorrow, burn, kill, and plunder some women from good families. Experience has increased rapidly. According to official data, the current level has reached more than 5,000 levels. Well, he is also one of the shareholders in the elven slave business. King of Deceiver Vampires, the name sounds like a bad thing. His passive guess is able to reverse lies and truth. The highest record is a 50-50 draw with the Pig King Dingman in the first column. Unfortunately, after someone guesses his ability, all you need to do to fight him is to block his mouth or your own ears. The reason why it is still ranked in the 13th column is because of the 4-dimensional bonus of the ultra-high attributes of the only profession. Even if the passive is not used, it is not possible for non-only players to touch the porcelain. 11-pillar Lust King Kuka has nothing to say. The largest consumer of the elven slave business. In order to show that he is not a pervert, Kuka disclosed his only professional passive. The more people of the opposite gender he has green with, the stronger his combat power will be. You can also gain experience by having woman with bed. Li Mumu said, I'm a little envious, but I don't know if there is any secret recipe for nourishing the kidneys. The Beast King of the 10th pillar is one of the few positive characters among the 13 pillars. I like ferocious beasts, so I haven't released any bad news yet. 9th pillar Hunt Ji Abbey. It is said that the real world once existed in childhood. He suffered inhumane treatment and suffered some mental disorders. She is usually a cute and quiet little girl. As long as they are slightly stimulated, they will start an indiscriminate killing mode. Coupled with his talent, a 2-meter-long giant axe in unconscious killing mode. You can suck blood and fight at the same time, in terms of combat effectiveness alone. It can be ranked among the top 3 among the 13 pillars. It's a pity that the performance is unstable and there is no distinction between friend and foe. The 8th pillar Dal Wang Tongya. There is too little public data. All I know is that he has a baby face. The 7th pillar of Blood Ji Wenman. It is also a metamorphosis, able to control blood and collect blood. As long as the blood she collected doesn't dry up, she won't die. This guy is more ruthless than the king of crime. Other crime kings just massacre the city. She will not let go of any living thing, as long as it bleeds inside her body. It is said that although his combat power is not the strongest, his life-saving ability is definitely the strongest among the 13 pillars. The 6th pillar Dual King Jolai. It is said that he is the first PK player in the world to win 10,000 times in a row. You will be eligible for job transfer. The undisputed king of ring fighting. Professional passivity. Fair duel. Draw the enemy into the duel. In the arena, the basic attributes of both sides are absolutely balanced, and victory can only be achieved through skill. So far, I have not lost a single duel. It's a pity that the applicability is not high. Otherwise it wouldn't be the 6th position. The 5th pillar King Brunei. Don't get it wrong. The stick here is the weapon stick. It is said that he has a weapon stick, which can be large or small. I just don't know if it's the talent or the passivity brought by my only profession. There are no other famous deeds. The 4th pillar is Pengapong, the evil emperor. Different from the crime king. Although the names are a bit close. But the crime king's passive is crime plus experience. Sin Emperor Pengapong's only professional passive talent is to remind him of his own strength based on his own power. And it cannot be an official force. It must be an evil force that engages in illegal crimes. So the evil Emperor Pengapong is the Principality of Reiner. The biggest casino owner. The boss of the largest smuggling group. The owner of the largest illegal entertainment agency. Anyway, as long as it's not a good thing, he will do it. Even more terrifying than the other massacres. He is letting a country rot from its roots. Well, everyone knows it, but the Principality of Right is not their quilt country. So he can still be selected as the 13 pillars. The remaining first 3 pillars. Gluttonous Emperor Muza, passive sounds very bluffing. Devour monsters. Absorb monster talents. Doesn't it sound invincible? This thing needs some time to develop, so it won't be invincible. Why is it ranked 3rd? Has been mentioned. There is no normal person who is only a professional person. Of course, Li Mumu is the only profession he obtained through inheritance. So he doesn't count. But this Muza, he has anorexia. And, for the gluttonous king's passivity to take effect, you must enjoy the eating process both physically and mentally. Otherwise it's useless. But fortunately, the 4-dimensional attribute correction of this profession is high. And there is upgrade experience minus 50% passive. Plus other passives. Just got into the top 3. As for the kidnapping King Daochuo in the 2nd pillar. Famous villain. Not just in the game of immortality. He is the largest elf slave trader. In the real Blue Star. Before the advent of the eternal game. It is the quilt country, the largest Chinese abductor. The largest talent supply market for the quilt nation fraud group. The most outrageous thing he's ever done. That's when the eternal game comes. He confiscated all the lifespans of the more than 10,000 Chinese people he had in his hands at that time. Become his original capital. It's precisely because of this. It caused outrage all over the world. Even if the quilt government blocks it this time, the Chinese government will not be able to bear it. I want to extradite him directly. It's a pity that this guy hid in the immortal game after it came. In 3 years, it has never been offline. Moreover, he has a lifespan of nearly 1 million years as soon as he enters the game, and he is not afraid of death at all in the early stage. It has seized many opportunities and its strength has increased rapidly. When the Chinese player's strength increases, he has become a climate and cannot be caught at all. Public and private. Li Mumu will not let this kid go this time. Yu Gong, if you touch me, a Chinese, I will kill you. When the time comes, Li Mumu personally escorts him back. By the way, I went to the prison that Pheasant mentioned and scrapped Sasaki's only job. Please. Sasaki's only profession is really strong, okay. If coupled with his strengthening talent. When the time comes, you will really be strong enough not to give up anything. The last first column. Pig King. Timon. The only professional passive. The mouth of the abyss. Able to swallow any objects and attacks and digest them. And everything swallowed can be converted into energy, improving one's own 4-dimensional attributes. It sounds strong. It's indeed quite strong. There is a fatal weakness. It cannot exceed his upper limit. When a character like the Pig King appeared in the quilt country. The whole quilt country is boiling. The son of the quilt state's Pig King should be invincible in the world. Then they were next to Xuanwu Kingdom. Of course, I am eager to do something. Then he was killed by the Azure Dragon Envoy, one of the 4 elephant envoys at that time. A hairpin caused a perforation of the stomach. Then I never danced again. It's just that several years have passed. I should have eaten a lot more, and my ability to withstand injuries should have improved a lot. I don't know if I can respond to the attack from the winner Li Mumu. King. Kagoma's voice came. Li Mumu looked around. Speak. King, I sense that there are a large number of my people nearby. I beg you to save them first. Kagome dropped to her knees. The head was knocked down hard. Tears overflowed from the corners of her eyes. She desperately wants to save her people. She didn't have the ability before, but now her clan members are nearby. She cannot remain indifferent. Good. Li Mumu agreed without even thinking. Saving the captured elves was originally the goal of this trip. King. Kagoma's eyes turned slightly red. Looking at Li Mumu with gratitude and desire. What should I do? I really want to lick Wang's toes. Zulong, The altitude is slowly lowering, which will shock the Principality of Lina. Li Mumu ordered. This day, the citizens of the Principality of Lina will never forget it. The huge head of the ancestor dragon slowly lowered its head. All citizens of the Principality of Lina can clearly see it. Exclamations and fears spread. And the citizens of the territories directly below the dragon head. There is only one thought in my mind. Heaven falls. Darkness is coming. At this time, the territories where the ancestral dragon descended were the territories closest to the ancient forest. It is also the site where the slave trade is most rampant. And the 13 pillars of the quilt. The second pillar, the kidnapping king, Dao Tuo's headquarters. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All citizens of the Principality of Lina. And the players who were online at this time. I remembered a voice in my ears. It was Li Mumu's voice. For the nano-archosaurs with dark matter engines. It's easy to do this. Ahem, everyone, don't be nervous. Let me introduce myself first. Well, my name is Li Mumu, and I am the new Elf King of the Elf Kingdom. I'm here to save our fellow elves. At the same time, I plan to occupy the Principality of Reiner by the way. If you have any objections, you can come with me. I will be on the head of the nano-archosaur. Oh, by the way, it is this thing floating above your heads at this time. Also, I plan to eliminate all those who have participated in the capture, sale, and purchase of elves. Oh, by the way, Zulong, please pay attention to the following. From now on, anyone who harms the elves can be killed directly. As for the other honest and responsible citizens of Lina country, they can stay with peace of mind. The new elf kingdom will treat everyone equally, and I promise there will be no racial discrimination. The above. That's my announcement. Ah, wait a minute. As for the players, I will start the cleaning mode in 30 minutes. Any players who have not left, I will launch an indiscriminate attack. Okay, that's it. Already. After Li Mumu finished speaking, he breathed a sigh of relief. Phew. A little nervous. After all, it doesn't matter in the past life or in this life. He had no relevant speaking experience, so it was normal for him to be nervous. Li Mumu rested on Zulong's head to soothe his emotions. But the Principality of Reiner under the leadership of Zulong exploded. What? Is the Principality of Lina going to be gone? Hey, are you kidding me? Protest. Chinese players are practicing dictatorship. We want to protest to the Chinese government. You must be mentally ill. This is the game of immortality. Who will care about you? The Principality of Lina has always been the home base of our players from the Quilt country. Isn't Li Mumu afraid of causing hostility between the two countries by doing this? Yes, you must know that we are neighbors of China. This will destroy the friendship between the two countries. Start a live broadcast, send out the video just now, we want to protest. Apply the 13 pillars to kill this person. That's it, don't think that just because you have a bigger summoned object, you can do whatever you want. We have 13 pillars. For a moment, the players in Quilt Country were excited. Fan the flames online. There were also some people who had seen Li Mumu's deeds and knew about Dashan Li, and ran away silently. And the 13 pillars. This organization is divided by players' votes and is not considered as one. But Li Mumu's speech still touched the cake of several people. Pillar 12 the Crime King, Kadimi. Pillar 11 the King of Lust, Kuka. The fourth pillar Emperor of Sin, Peng Peng. And the second pillar, the Kidnapping King, Dao Tuo. Crime King Kadimi's capture of slave elves has always been a channel for him to increase his crime value for a long time. The King of Lust is the biggest consumer. He is the number one person Li Mumu wants to kill. As for the evil Emperor and the Kidnapping King, what Li Mumu wants to do now is the pillar industry of the two of them, okay. The four of them can be considered to have had long-term cooperation. Of course we have mutual friends. Hear Li Mumu's shouting. A discussion group was immediately called out. The main reason is that there are many people who usually come to pick a fight with them. But today this product is too big. This is a big deal. In a physical sense, the head is big. Zulong's head is 1/6 the size of the Principality of Reiner. At this time, the areas directly below can be said to be completely dark. Crime King, what is the background of Li Mumu? Have you never heard of it? Evil Emperor, didn't you listen to the previous world announcement? The person who discovered the coordinates of the new world. Lust King, he doesn't look weak. I'm right under the ancestral dragon he mentioned. I can't see what's blocking my head. Kidnapping King, it's a dragon head. I can see it clearly from here. Sin Emperor, humph, it's just good luck to have a powerful summon. In the immortality game, the most important thing is personal strength. Kidnapping King, interesting, he is still a Chinese. Hey, Lao Sepi, this person said he would save all the slaves. You will have no beautiful elf slaves in the future. Lust King, go away, how many times have I told you, I am not an old pervert, and it seems that rescuing slaves will have no effect on you. Evil Emperor, okay, don't go too far, this Li Mumu doesn't give me a very good feeling, let's join forces. Kidnapping King, don't worry, I just searched his information, and he has a record of killing the Slaughter King. At that time, there were no such terrifying summons. Evil Emperor, what the trafficker said makes sense. Standing on this ancestral dragon, I feel a little palpitated. Since this is the case, let's call the others up. Didn't Li Mumu say he wants to occupy the Principality of Lina? I don't believe the other veterans. Let me help you sit down. Kidnapping King, then please contact me. You know I'm not familiar with them. Crime King, don't look at me, I'm not familiar with you either. King of Lust, ahem, you know, my reputation is not very good. Evil Emperor, just when a few people were still discussing how to unite other 9 pillars. Someone has already arrived on the head of the Nano Ancestor Dragon. Li Mumu looked at the information given by Zhu Long. Let's look at the human image again. Li Mumu said with some pride. Hee, sure enough you will be the first to arrive. You are too conceited. The person who came was wearing a smart tight suit. White bandages wrapped around both hands. It is none other than Dual King Jolai. I know you, Li Mumu said confidently. As for arrogance. Of course I am conceited. Otherwise, with the Dual King's ability, he wouldn't have come up yet. He was pinched to death by Zulong. A dark matter engine that can rewrite the laws of physics. Are you kidding me? If he hadn't been so conceited, he could kill this Dual King with just one thought. He finally feels it now. Why are the big villains willing to play with the protagonist slowly? Give people hope, then extinguish it. Wow, it feels so good to play with people's hearts. His seniors, Li Mumu, were overturned. So he is the villain. Now he, Li Mumu, has a legitimate reason to enforce justice. At least in terms of face, he is not a villain. And he is confident that he will not lose. Since you know me, if you dare to face me alone, I will make you pay the price. After the Dual King finished speaking, he took a step forward. Get into a fighting position. Let's duel. As the Dual King's voice fell, a white circle spread, enclosing Li Mumu and Dual King. A translucent barrier is also formed in the air. Wow, is this a fair duel for you? Li Mumu was surprised. At the same time, I also felt an unprecedented weakness. Huh, Li Mumu, I've seen your video. Your talent is just to strengthen your equipment. Without those powerful equipment, you are nothing. The Dual King said with a cruel smile. It's almost as if the success of the evil plan is written on his face. In the video Li Mumu posted before, the attributes of the equipment were displayed. That powerful attribute bonus, as well as the abnormal passive characteristics. The Dual King thought that if Li Mumu's whole body was equipped with this kind of equipment, he definitely has no chance of winning. But in the realm of fair duels. That's true, but isn't it the same for you? Are you so confident? Li Mumu felt it. Not only was the equipment attribute bonus gone, but his own attributes seemed to have been greatly suppressed. Humph, since it's called a fair duel. Of course it won't be that simple. In my fair duel field, the equipment is invalid. Everyone's attributes will be suppressed to the same, and only professional skills can be used. Suffer death. After the Dual King finished speaking, he made a sudden advance. Now everyone has the same attributes. So there is no attribute suppression. A confident punch from the Dual King. Li Mumu just moved half a step to the side. Just dodge easily. The Dual King was stunned, his eyes full of disbelief. How is that possible? You are just an ordinary person. The Dual King was a little unbelievable. You must know that he is the Triple Crown champion of underground unlimited boxing matches in the Quilt Country. For those who don't have any basic skills, let alone have the same physical fitness as him. Even if someone is physically better than him, he can easily KO them. Lee Mumu is quite famous now. Basic information as we all know, before entering the game at the age of 18, he was an ordinary person. The Duel King didn't pay any attention to this kind of person who had never seen blood. Could it be that the profession he switched to has dodge characteristics? The Duel King is thinking in his mind. His fair arena will eliminate the effects of equipment and attributes. However, professional passivity will still take effect. Otherwise, it will become an underground boxing match, and then there will be no use for him to upgrade himself. The ordinary professions he changed to were all with dual bonuses: warrior, fighter, strix, boxer, and so on. The advanced professions are martial arts fanatic, underground boxing champion, and melee master. It can be said that from the beginning of Duel King, it focused on 1v1 competition. Of course, if that's all, it doesn't make him so confident. And his talent, death fight. In a 1v1 duel, his attribute performance can be increased by 100%. Everything about Duel King, they are all configured for single combat. People in the world say that 1v1 is invincible, but 1v2 has no chance of winning. I understand, you must have changed your profession to a profession with dodge talent. Well, just take it as such. In fact, it is the passive characteristic of the origin of martial arts. The beginning of martial arts, the source of all martial arts, comes from you. Every move you make is full of martial arts truth. Any martial arts is a flaw in your eyes, and you can easily resolve any martial arts attack. There is this thing: use any move in front of Lee Mumu. It will make Lee Mumu open up and become domineering. As the saying goes, if you move your butt, you will know whether you want to fart or poop. This is called prediction. Let you experience the national martial arts of our country of quilts. The Duel King finished speaking, jumped straight into the sky, like a rock spreading its wings. Then he spun in the air and stretched his legs to strike at Lee Mumu. Crows fly. Lee Mumu saw that Duel King's move was actually similar to King of Martial Arts Ahu's crow flying. Suffer death. The Duel King uses all his combat power. With his talent bonus, he is confident that this move can chop Lee Mumu into pulp. Then the Duel King was fixed in the sky. Although Lee Mumu is suppressed now, the fourth dimensional attribute is only a little over 10 million. But his telekinesis, in actual use, it can produce 10 trillion force effects. How can it be? The Duel King was frozen in midair. I was shocked again. Hey, otherwise you really think I'm conceited? Lee Mumu chuckled. He has the strength to crush everything but is too lazy to think. It's not that Lee Mumu is so stupid. This Duel King is not low-key. His abilities have long been analyzed. It's just that in the face of his unsolvable fair duel, when both ordinary and advanced professions are maxed out, the only way to find a breakthrough is to rely on talent and the only passive characteristic of the profession. But those are ordinary people. Lee Mumu is Guabi. The enhancements of his ordinary professions are not weaker than those of ordinary single professions. Just strengthen equipment for others. He would definitely not do it for others to strengthen his profession. This is not a matter of lifespan. His talent and ability have no actual combat effectiveness. If he is selfless, everyone will be on the same level. He, Lee Mumu, is that younger brother. I don't believe that you have only been in the game for a few days. Even if you have a unique profession, you can't be so strong. Okay, I've had enough fun. How do you unlock the realm of fair duels? Lee Mumu looked at the Duel King who was fixed in midair. Haha, you are really bluffing. You don't have any extra strength to kill me. The Duel King said disdainfully. There is only one way to clear the field of fair duel. That is until one side loses. And this is no secret. And this Lee Mumu didn't dare to kill himself at this time. What does it mean? It can only mean that he has no energy left. Forehead. Lee Mumu directly crushed the Duel King. Realm release. As for why not kill directly? Do you still want to ask such a verbose question? Because Lee Mumu wants to capture all 13 pillars. Needless to say, the kidnapping king must be caught. The other 12 pillars are not good either. When the time comes, take him back to Xuanwu Kingdom and see if there is any reward on him. Maybe it has a lifespan of hundreds of thousands of years. Although it's not much, don't waste it. But now it seems that there are only 12 pillars. Or, before the Dual King comes to visit next time, set up a resurrection array. Master, there is a high energy reaction approaching. High energy. How high energy? Are the other 12 pillars coming? No, it's the secret weapon of the Principality of Reiner. What the hell? The war machine of the Principality of Reiner, the Sorcerer King. Zulong gave the answer. Sorcerer King, it sounds so advanced. Quick, cut the screen for me. Li Mumu was surprised. As expected, no country in this eternal world should be underestimated. I originally thought this was the Principality of Lina. It has already been ignored by players. Unexpectedly, there is a secret weapon hidden. Immediately, a scene unfolded before Li Mumu's eyes. There is a red and gold steel giant in the sky. It is flying in the air, with a sharply angular body. Cool steel armor. And some exposed cable-like lines. Gundam. The Principality of Reiner still hides this big killer weapon. Zulong, hurry up, bring out all his information for me. Li Mumu looked at the Sorcerer King. I was so handsome. Zulong then retrieved the Sorcerer King's confidential information. Li Mumu took a look. Oops, there is so much fun to do in the Principality of Reiner. This Sorcerer King, it's really a Gundam. But this thing is a fusion of magic and technology. The operator must also be of royal orthodoxy. It was left behind by the ancestors of the Principality of Lina. It's useless to prevent future generations. One day it will really be overthrown. Used to turn the tide. Previously, the 13 pillars were doing evil in the Principality of Lina. But it did not shake the foundation of their power. On the contrary, the 13 pillars still quite support the royal power. It's just that the ordinary people below are living a life worse than death. Master, the Sorcerer King is expected to arrive at the main hall in 30 seconds. Do you want to intercept him? Zulong asked. Under normal circumstances, Zulong would not let these little Karami get close to him at all. But, Nano Archosaurus, as having the most advanced artificial intelligence. Things like observing words and expressions. Of course you have too. His master, Li Mumu, saw the Sorcerer King's expression as if he had a new toy. Why can't I see it? Put it in. By the way, who is his current operator? The 49th king of the Principality of Reiner, Reiner Dragon. He is 17 years old and likes wives. Nearly half of the ministers and wives in the Principality are. Stop, I just asked who it is, you found out all the people's underwear. Reiner Dragon, what I'm wearing today is strawberry print. Do you think I'm asking you what he was wearing? Li Mumu rolled his eyes to the sky. After my analysis, Master, you actually like to make this kind of joke. Nano Zulong's serious answer. Thank you, then can you tell me Sister Qing's underwear? Black lace. By the way, she is a great aunt today, but she didn't use WSJ. She used her fire ability to burn all the blood. You can really find out. And she's not a player. Can you also find out what she wears offline? Li Mumu felt a sigh of relief in his chest. And the function of this Dragon King is quite powerful. However, using this function in these places is somewhat of a waste of resources. I don't know about offline things, but I can analyze and calculate based on the sound produced by friction, the dynamics of the character's expressions, and the flow of energy in the body. Can friction sound be analyzed to detect black? She wore it low-waisted. Oh, Nano Zulong is so perverted. From now on, Desire Abyss will be the #1 pervert and big licking dog. This Nano Archosaur is the second child, the peeping Tom. Li Mumu, come out and die. Reiner Dragon's voice came through the Sorcerer King. The Sorcerer King is the ultimate weapon of a country. The portion is certainly not small. A full 100 meters high. You know, this is the size of 2.5 Ultraman. Of course compared to Nano Dragon King. Not as long as eyelashes. Faced with such a huge body size gap, why does Reiner Dragon still dare to make such a noise? Hey, he is not big, but his tone is not small. Zulong, teleport him in. Li Mumu issued the order. Are you putting it on my head? Don't die. Plum. Hey, where is this? Reiner Long was still shouting outside just now. Suddenly he was moved to the inside of the main hall. I stayed for a while first. Then because of the design of the main hall. His eyes couldn't help but look towards Li Mumu's throne. Just one glance at Reiner Dragon and I couldn't help but fall in love with him. Dot. 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 Li Mumu's throne. Such a domineering and glorious throne should belong to him, Reiner Dragon. He is the born king and has the purest royal bloodline. There is some way to teleport me here without anyone noticing. Reiner Long did not wait for Li Mumu to speak. Continue to speak. Originally I wanted to kill you, this rebellious traitor, but now I have changed my mind. As long as you surrender to me and give me this throne, I don't have to kill you. Reiner Long said confidently. What he is driving today is the secret weapon inherited from their ancestors, the Reiner royal family. The Sorcerer King. The outside world may not know the Sorcerer King's abilities. But he, Reiner Dragon, knew better. Back then, our ancestors relied on the Sorcerer King to conquer the world. Conquered the Principality of Reiner. According to records, the Sorcerer King's full-strength magic cave cannon. But it can destroy half of the Principality of Reiner. This is also his confidence. The head of this ancestral dragon is only 1/6 the size of the Principality of Lina. In front of him, the Sorcerer King, it was just a matter of one shot. That's why I didn't take action. Just because he felt such a mighty and domineering mount. You should submit to him, the born king. After that, all the wives of the ministers were brought to the hall for a party. It will definitely be the best party ever. Tisk, tisk, boy, you are so arrogant. Idiot, you should feel honored to talk to the king. The Demon King thrust his sword into the ground. I want to strike a cool pose. However, I found that it could not be inserted. Pooch, ha ha ha, I am Li Mumu. I have been in my debut for 2 days. I have met countless masters, but you are the first one to be so arrogant. I must arrange a decent way to die for you. Li Mumu laughed heartily. Not angry. With Li Mumu's current strength. He really plays this eternal life game as a game. When lazy people meet this kind of NPC, what's the problem with saying a few words in the 2nd grade? Arrogant. Reiner Dragon was furious. He swung the Sorcerer King's wishful sword and killed him. Dirty civilian. How dare you speak to him like this? Today I, Reiner Dragon, want to let people know. King. Not to be insulted. Li Mumu looked at the menacing jump slash. Absolute zero. After changing jobs in this high-level profession. The skill has never been used even once. In an instant, the Sorcerer King was frozen in midair. And Reiner Dragon was in the cockpit, smiling and frozen like a popsicle. That's it. Call him the Sorcerer King anyway. Prepare some backup for me. It's a pity that Reiner Long can't hear Li Mumu's insistence. In fact, the Sorcerer King not only has a backup but is also very powerful. For example, damage is ineffective. Review of serious injuries. Psychic power blessing. Explosive armor. In the end, he self-destructed and was buried with the Principality of Reiner. Even the first king of the Principality of Lina after the founding of the country. It also transformed the entire Principality of Reiner into a huge sacrificial array. As long as it is activated, the entire Principality will instantly become a purgatory on Earth. And the Sorcerer King will be strengthened like never before. Pity. Magic. It also requires mutual motion between atoms. At Li Mu's absolute zero. Reiner Dragon didn't react at all. He was instantly killed. Please, whoever wants to fight now will not test his hands first and find out the details of the enemy. One more hit to kill instantly. It's a pity that the gap between Reiner Long and Li Mumu is too huge. He couldn't even accept Li Mumu's random probing. Zulong, what's going on with the other 12 pillars now? By the way, Kagome, make arrangements to take in the clan members outside. Master, the other 12 pillars are having a meeting and are discussing how to deal with you. As you command, King. After Kagome finished speaking, she took the elves of the new era and prepared to take them down to the ground. Zulong, monitor their movements and be ready for air support at any time. Li Mumu ordered. Although the initial attributes of the elves in the new era are ridiculously strong. But Li Mumu was still worried, fearing that they would overturn. So I ordered Zulong to take care of them. Then Li Mumu started to have a headache. This is easy to defeat. How to manage it? Or let Zulong take over completely. Create a country without emotions and with strict classes. Forget it. Li Mumu shook his head. He had never been a person who followed the rules. He loves the smell of fireworks in the world. Love the world full of surprises. He believes that if Zulong takes over, he will be able to create a very harmonious society and a country without crime. But no one will have privacy anymore. This kind of society is too lifeless, don't want it. And the other side. Online. More than 10 minutes have passed since Li Mumu spoke. But there is news about Li Mumu's announcement to take over the Principality of Lina and expel the players from the Quilt Kingdom. It has gone viral on the internet. After all, this guy made headlines 3 or 4 times a day. You Chinese people just don't care. Treat the friendship between the two countries as nothing. Hey, now that we are friendly, why didn't you say anything when you kidnapped and trafficked Chinese people? I think Li Mumu went too far this time. Why should he occupy other countries? No, doesn't this mean that the elf slave business can't be done in the future? If you can't do it, then you can't do it. They are all shouting about human rights every day, and even if they catch the elves, they won't show any mercy. Are elves humans? I only recognize humans as higher animals. You said this on Blue Star, and I can still support you. What do you think of this eternal world? Stinky man, I admired him a lot. You don't need to think about it to know that he also stole the Elf King like this, right? That's right. It's disgusting. I wanted to say it from the beginning. Li Mumu doesn't look like a good person at first glance. You guys are still kneeling down and calling him a master. I think he just relied on his strength to steal other people's Elf King. Now he wants to steal it again. The Principality of Reiner can do whatever it wants if it has the strength. Yes, just do whatever you want. I have written down all the ids of those of you who spoke ill of Master Li. I suggest you think about the fate of those who speak ill of the King of Slaughter. He has to box too. If you don't like a Chinese boy, find one in the Eternal Life game. Anyway, it's okay, I already have a son in the Eternal Life game. Haha, look in the game of immortality. The men there can't spend their lifespan on them. I don't understand. The game of immortality has arrived. You can live for thousands of years if you work hard. You still want to get married. Yes, I won't die, and there is still a warning about giving birth to a child. Don't say that. Nowadays, if you give birth to a child, you can immediately spend 100 years of your life in vain. In some places abroad, an industrial chain has been formed. Holy shit, please tell me in detail, brother, if there is any relevant video evidence, let's report it together. Most people watch the fun online. After all, most Chinese people don't have a good impression of the Quilt country. Of course, some beautiful countries like the Sakura country are known to the public. It's still the old rules to do things as they should. Offline. Li Mumu's old ruins. A sneeze. The cud sneezed. This great Master Li has just finished conquering the strange world, and now he is going to occupy the Principality of Lina. How long do we have to wait here? It's going to be dark soon. Shut up, silly dog. If we move faster then, the task will be completed long ago. Hey, Master Li really can't take any time off. He's either on trending searches or hot searches on the internet. I don't know if these 13 quilts are a threat to the master. As for you to worry about it, the Suzaku messenger and the original snake have already gone to support us. The pheasant said to the cud dog with a look of disgust. The higher-ups sent these 2 people, it's a waste of their lives. No, the organization actually sent people to come forward to officially break up with Qian. The cud dog instantly became energetic. We've already broken up with each other, right? Moreover, the 2 of them went there just to show our country's attitude. If the 2 of them could solve the 13 pillars, they would have defeated them long ago. This time, Mr. Long's divination, Li Mumu can solve it alone. We just came out to show our support. The pheasant looked at the cud dog with an expression that looked like maggots. Isn't this kid looking at the terminal all the time? Why doesn't he seem to know any of this news? So he was always looking at something. Well, if we do this, will Master Li think we are plotting against him? The dog sat up slightly worriedly and leaned forward slightly. No, we are going to give you lifespan and the first batch of enhanced equipment. The pheasant looked suspiciously at the cud dog who was sitting in a very unharmonious posture. Ah she. Roll. Okay. A huge battleship is moving rapidly in the sky. If players who love surfing the internet see it, they will find it. This battleship. It is the talent of Sky King Mirong-Shi, Sky Battleship. At this time, there were two people standing on the deck of the battleship. It was Mirong-Shi, the Suzaku envoy sent by China this time, and Yuan Snake, one of the 12 zodiac animals. Oh, it's so spectacular. At this time, they were still thousands of kilometers away from Li Mumu's location. But the dragon head hanging from the sky is the nano-archosaur. It can be clearly captured. Ah Shi, you may need to be replaced by someone else in your strongest position in aerial combat. Yuan Shi is a thin man. There is a feminine temperament all over his body. The dress is also women's clothing. At this time, he made a strange speech. It even ignited an unknown fire in Mirong-Zai's chest. If you call me that name again, I'll kill you. Mirong-Shi gritted his teeth and said, "Oots, so sad, Ah Shi actually did this to me, Dad, I will be sad, you really liked me calling you that when you were a child." Yuan Shi covered her face and sobbed. It seemed like I was really crying. However, Mirong-Shi did not accept this trick at all. Go to hell. You still said that. You were still in charge at that time. Mirong-Shi was furious. Why did the country arrange for itself to go on a mission with this person? I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry. Oh, everyone has the right to pursue freedom. Dad, I am just pursuing freedom. Yuan Shi smiled charmingly. It would be nice if the stubble could be picked out more cleanly. Go away, don't talk to me, I don't have a father like you. God knows. The university was on vacation that year. Mirong-Shi returned home happily. She suddenly found out that her father had become her mother, which was a huge blow to her. Warning, you are about to enter my counterattack area, please indicate your intention. Zulong's voice suddenly sounded on Mirong-Zai's aerial battleship. We are here to support Li Mumu, and by the way, there is something about strengthening cooperation. Mirong-Shi replied directly. Request received, please wait for verification. With the owner's authorization, please follow my guidance. At this time, Li Mumu was sitting on the throne. I'm annoyed with my own immaturity. He conquered a country as soon as his brain got hot. I don't know if the elves can manage it. Then I received the news that King Kong was coming. Li Mumu asked Zulong to let her in. Looking at that huge aerial battleship. Think about the legendary figure you knew about on the news just yesterday. Now we can have an equal interview. So soapy and funny. When I was watching the news yesterday, I thought this aerial battleship was domineering. Looking at it today, the aerial battleship is not as big as Zulong's pupils. Even this aerial battleship is so big that it can drive directly into his hall. Boom boom boom. The sound of flying battleships interrupted Li Mumu's thoughts. It's still powered by biotechnology, at least there's no noise. Soon, as the aerial battleship landed, two figures jumped down from above. One of them was Mirong-Shi. Master Li, hello, I am Mirong-Shi, sent by the country for this cooperation. As soon as he landed, Mirong-Shi directly stated his intention without any nonsense. What about him? Li Mumu looked at the enchanting man next to Mirong-Shi. Unless I read enough study materials and gain enough knowledge. He might really be a little overwhelmed right now. Ah, hello, great God, I am the Yuan Snake of the Chinese zodiac, and I am also Mirong-Zai's father. Yuan Shi's eyes were as charming as silk, and she looked at Li Mumu with eyes that were almost tearing away. Tisk. Mirong-Shi clicked her tongue in dissatisfaction, but in front of business, she did not get angry at Yuan Shi. Ha ha ha, your combination is really interesting. Li Mumu smiled awkwardly. I really can't think of anything to say as a compliment. Here is the information about the 13 pillars of the quilt. I hope it will be useful to you. Mirong-Shi took out a USB flash drive and wanted to hand it to Li Mumu. No, I have their information. I'll just ask these people if there are any rewards on them. Yes, they are basically between 1 million and 2 million years old, and the second column has a reward of 30 million years. Mirong-Shi called up the information and checked it out. So high. Sasaki was only 100,000 years old at that time, and Sasaki was still so powerful in combat. Li Mumu was a little surprised. Knowing Sasaki's combat prowess, it might not be a problem to work in more than a dozen unique professions at the same time. The reward is only so small. This quilt has 13 pillars, how virtuous and capable it is. The reward is so high. Although Sasaki has high combat power, He only massacred one city, and it was not within the territory of Xuanwu Kingdom, so the reward in Xuanwu Kingdom is not high. And the 13 pillars of quilts often commit mischief on the border, so naturally it is higher. And the deeds of the second pillar should be familiar to Master Li. The bounty is so high and it was all crowdfunded by Chinese players. Mirongxi explained patiently. Li Mumu nodded to express understanding. This logic is normal. Bounty does not mean dividing according to combat effectiveness. It is calculated based on the harm to Xuanwu Kingdom. Okay, then you can take them all away later. Li Mumu thought for a moment. Zhu Long, locate the Dual King and catch him later. Good master. Mirongxi looked at all this with envy. Eyes eager. Great God, is this ancestral dragon also your enhanced product? What about my aerial battleship? That's your talent. Don't embarrass me. This nano-ancestral dragon is a mount. Li Mumu rolled his eyes at Mirongxi. If only I had come half a day earlier. Maybe in order to make money, Li Mumu would take this kind of job. But now that he has the perpetual motion machine of the world tree. Externally, it only accepts the task of strengthening equipment. All right. Mirongxi was a little depressed. Yuan Shi saw his daughter's expression. Look at Li Mumu again. A roll of eyes. Then, like a snake, it glanced, slithered, and swam to Li Mumu's side. Seeing the way Yuan Shi moved, Li Mumu couldn't help but get goosebumps all over his body. Nothing else. Intolerance to mollusks. Master Li. Uncle, if you have anything to say, please tell me. Li Mumu twitched the corners of his mouth. Uncle, please exercise restraint. You're going to stick to me, I'm going to make a fuss. As Yuan Shi spat out word after word, Li Mumu's pupils couldn't help but tremble. You. Sleep. Gotta. Chapter 91. How is your daughter? Yuan Shi said with a charming look. Phew, I was scared to death. Uncle, please don't gasp when you speak. Li Mumu felt relieved. He was really afraid that this strange uncle would say something, what do you think of me? Terrible. Hey, you pervert, what are you talking about? Believe it or not, I will kill you. Don't think that I won't beat you because we are related by blood. Mirongxi became angry and said in anger. At the same time, the energy in the hands gathers. It seems like it's not just talk. Oh, my lovely daughter really doesn't tolerate teasing. Yuan Snake left Li Mumu's side nonchalantly. You said that you are 26 in reality, 28 in reality, and 29 in reality. You will soon be a 30-year-old leftover girl. As a father, can I not worry about it? Yuan Shi showed her heartache. Very much like a mother who is worried about her daughter's marriage. HMPH, please stay out of my business. Don't pay attention to him either. He is a lunatic. Ha ha ha, uncle is quite cute. Li Mumu responded. Sorry, the vocabulary is too small. I can't handle this topic, not at all. Master, I brought 20 weapons this time. Take a look. Mirongxi ignored her psychotic father and took out the equipment that the country had arranged for her to strengthen this time. Li Mumu took it and took a look. Oh, the country is still hiding its secrets. He couldn't see these 20 pieces of equipment at the auction house. The lowest basic attributes start at 100,000. For example, this heaven-turning halberd. Strength is increased by 150,000, and physical strength is increased by 200,000. It also comes with an amazing special effect. When this weapon is equipped, the attack power of attacks from top to bottom is doubled. And there is a 50% probability of causing knockdown. Pretty good. The auction house can't see equipment worth 100,000 attributes at all. One is that not everyone can get this level of equipment. The other is that the auction time in the auction house is too short, so who can afford this kind of equipment? Basically, they will contact each other privately and negotiate the price to complete the transaction. Will all these equipment be strengthened once? Li Mumu scanned the equipment and asked Mirongxi. All strengthened twice. Big list. Li Mumu's eyes lit up. After this set of enhancements is completed, it will have a lifespan of more than 20 million years. At that time, directly face the Lord of Nature for the 8th strengthening. I feel like I'm invincible again. Master, this is my personal equipment. Mirongxi took out a spherical object. It is true that he is here to represent the country this time. So the things we started to take out were all commissioned by the state. You can enjoy the 50% discount that Li Mumu said. But this thing is her own, and Mirangxi is very open to these things. I will never rely on public rights and interests for personal gain. Huh, what do you mean? The state's handling fee is 50% off. Mine is mine and I will follow the rules. Oh, you are principled, I like it. I will give you a 50% discount on your handling fee. Li Mumu admired it. It's never about earning fees anyway. And I have the final say on my territory. I appreciate you, so I will give you a discount. Really? Thank you, God. Mirangxi handed the spherical equipment to Li Mumu. She used to support herself by delivering food. So she knows that every life she earns is not easy, and she is also a very frugal person. She, Mirangxi, remembered Dashan Li's favor. Li Mumu took over Mirangxi's equipment. Check the properties. Hiss. So he wants to take it for himself. What is an artifact? This is what he calls an artifact. Legendary equipment Gaia Mastermind. Equipment requirements. Have scientific side equipment. Equipment effect. 4-dimensional attributes increased by 100%. Machine God. Before the destruction of the last century, mankind's most powerful computer brain could invade and operate any machinery, and could increase the combat effectiveness of scientific equipment by 500%. Prejudgment. As the most powerful computer brain of the last century, Gaia has unparalleled computing power and can easily predict enemy actions through the environment and micro-movements. Automatic recharging. The last swan song of mankind in the last century. On the scientific side, it was set from the beginning to make it stable for more than 1,000,000 years. All energy attacks, if they directly attack the main brain body, will be converted into energy. Don't be afraid, I will take it as your own. You trust me too much. Li Mumu looked at this piece of equipment. My eyes are so hot. No, I used the Gaia Mastermind to calculate your behavioral logic before handing it over to you. Mirangxi said calmly. It seemed that he was really relieved to hand over the mastermind of Gaia to Li Mumu. Hey, that's interesting, what's my behavioral logic? Li Mumu became interested. As we all know, the human species is always curious about how we appear to others. A decently behaved musician. Mirangxi looked embarrassed. Because this sentence was not what she said. Hey, Zulong, what are you doing? Master, with all due respect, the computing power of this Gaia master brain is less than 1/10,000,000th of mine. Master, don't be jealous. Zhu Long spoke as if to express his dissatisfaction. Are you still not satisfied with a computer like me that uses 93 stars as energy source? Scumbag. Oh, you are so unconvinced. Don't you think about how many times you have been strengthened? This is what other people's initial states look like. Li Mumu pushed back unconvinced. You rubbish 9,527,000 machine snake. Bargain for only 1,000 years. Ahem, master, how long does it take to strengthen the Gaia master brain? 10 million years, handling fee 500,000 years. Li Mumu didn't make random quotes. Based on the only career analysis currently on the market. The normal-only professions fluctuate around level 1000. Some perverted ones, such as the Crime King, do not require killing monsters to upgrade. The level will be much higher. But Mirangxi should be around level 1000. His 4-dimensional attributes were increased by 100%, which would be enough to earn him 10 million. Okay, I'm sorry to bother you, master. Mirangxi felt relieved. Fine, the price is affordable, and once her equipment is strengthened, it will improve her. It's not as slightly improved as other weapons. This Gaia Mastermind was not equipped by her, but directly equipped with her talent. On top of the aerial battleship. For her, the improvement of air and space battleships is the improvement of all combat power. Is it only strengthened once? I will collect a lifespan of 100 million years as soon as possible and come to you, the great god. Mirangxi directly transferred 10.5 million years of life to Li Mumu. She knew Li Mumu's rules. Subsequent enhancements of the same piece of equipment would increase the price tenfold. Okay. Li Mumu reluctantly agreed. Unexpectedly, one of the 4 elephant envoys was Mirangxi, the Sky King. You can't spend so much life in one go. Come out to work. Desire Abyss. Following Li Mumu's call. Master, 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 PR. I miss you so much, master, we haven't seen each other for 20 minutes. One day is like 3 autumns. It's like I haven't seen you for several days, master, woo woo woo, I miss me so much, master. As soon as the abyss of desire comes out, I can't stop talking. This made Li Mumu look embarrassed. It used to be possible to physically silence the sound. This was the first time his new posture was seen by outsiders. Well, elves are not considered outsiders, they are all daughters. Master, has your talent been sublimated? Murong Zai's eyes lit up when she saw the abyss of desire. There was a bit of joy in his tone. If the talent has evolved, wouldn't the strengthening effect be the same? Ahem, that's a joke. Stop licking the abyss of desire. Come over and get to work. Li Mumu hates that iron cannot make steel. Can he save some face for himself in front of outsiders? My most respectful master, as you wish. Li Mumu stuffed the Gaia mastermind in his hand into the flat face of Desire Abyss. But I saw the expression of enjoyment on the face of Desire Abyss. He pulled out his hand in disgust. The next moment, the strengthened Gaia mastermind. It was spat out by the Abyss of Desire. Live up to your trust, my most beloved master. Gaia at this moment has completely changed. Li Mumu clicked on the properties to view. I really want it. Noah Mastermind. Equipment requirements. Have scientific side equipment. Equipment effect. 4-dimensional attributes increased by 1000%. Mechanical evolution able to achieve self-evolution by collecting external resources. The current state can increase the effectiveness of mechanical equipment by 500%. Best decision. As a strong artificial intelligence, Noah will automatically analyze the situation and make decisions that maximize benefits. Energy life. Noah can eventually achieve the evolution from a mechanical life form to an energy life form by continuously absorbing energy. The energy life form can provide Noah with a higher information transmission rate and greatly enhance Noah's computing power. Mechanical modification. In order to provide himself with a safer guarantee, Noah will modify the equipment on his own. This includes but is not limited to mechanical modification, biological modification, and energy modification. Backup. When Noah suffers a devastating blow, the backup seed will be activated on its own. As long as the seed is found, Noah can be reborn. Ho ho, you're a pervert. Li Mumu looked at the Noah mastermind. Gritting his teeth, he handed it to Murong Shi. Take it away quickly, don't let me see it. Li Mumu couldn't bear to look at it. 4-dimensional attribute percentage bonus. Devour materials to evolve infinitely. It can also strengthen and transform the machinery equipped with it. Smell good. Why are other people's legendary equipment so powerful? As for myself, that ring of suffering has been hanging on your ears for so long. There is no movement at all. Murong Shi looked at Li Mumu with a pained expression on his face. Suspiciously, he took the master brain of Noah over. Hiss. What's going on, baby girl, let daddy see it too. Seeing the surprised expression on his precious daughter's face, Yuan Shi also poked her head out curiously, wanting to see the attributes of Li Mumu's enhanced equipment. Murong Shi shared the detailed pictures with Yuan Shi. Hiss. Master, you really don't think about my daughter. She has a beautiful voice and a sweet voice. And don't think she is ordinary now, but she is actually 36D. Now she is wrapped up to this size. As soon as Yuan Shi finished speaking, she was punched away by Murong Shi. Asshole. What are you talking about? Murong Zai's face was filled with heat. This father dared to say anything. Master, what makes you laugh is that my upbringing is not strict. Murong Shi quickly apologized to Li Mumu. It can be said that this Noah mastermind has increased her strength more than 10 times. And that's only for now. Just continue to upgrade the main brain. Then his own strength is simply. Heifer flies. It's awesome. Really? Li Mumu's face was full of disbelief. 36D. How on earth do you need to wrap it up so that it looks normal? Master, it's true. Her breathing rate was monitored, and we can judge that she was oppressed to a certain extent. And based on her weight analysis, it is indeed 36 days. Zulong replied. Who asked you? Li Mumu held his forehead. He looked at Murong Shi looking at him with shame and anger. Ahem, Suzaku messenger, bring all the other equipment. There will be other guests later. Okay. Murong Shi stuttered in reply. Then give the remaining weapons to Li Mumu. Oops. Each one is more outrageous than the other. The special effects of each piece of equipment are becoming more and more abnormal. Sure enough, the veteran players all have some wealth on their hands. Abyss of Desire. My. Forced entry. Instantly stuffed 20 pieces of equipment into it. Blocked the mouth of the Abyss of Desire. Woo-tat. SSSSSSSSSSSSS. The Abyss of Desire swallowed all the equipment with seemingly difficulty. Li Mumu looked at it and wanted to hit him. There are so many fountains of life in the ancient forest, and you've already finished them in 2 gulps. What are you pretending to be here now? 23.1 million years of life were recorded. Hey. At this moment, the lifespan of more than 30 million years is at the bottom. Li Mumu threw all the enhanced equipment to Mirongxi without even looking at it. Then the father and daughter were asked to wait. Later, I will send you the 13 quilt pillars in exchange for the reward. Then Li Mumu returned to his throne. Equipment begins to strengthen the profession. As for being watched and exposing your trump card. You'd better support me, or I'll go work for your enemies. Or just strangle you to death. First choice. No need to think about it. He must be the master of nature. Just look at his level of 18,000. You will definitely not suffer any loss. Abyss of Desire. Come and continue working. My dear lord. Master, the 13 quilt pillars are here. Zulong's voice interrupted the Abyss of Estrus Desire. Tisk. Li Mumu was dissatisfied. If you don't come early, you won't come late. It just happened to come when I took off my pants and was about to finish the job. I don't know if this may cause functional difficulties. Put it in, I'm so angry, I must take good care of them today. Li Mumu put on his fingernail. Although he has many ways to kill people. But when you feel unhappy, I need to vent a little bit, and the battle will be over in a second. It's not cool enough. Crack, bang, bang, bang. Li Mumu twisted his neck. A series of popping bean sounds were made. Looking at the 12 figures teleported. You held the meeting for so long and finally decided to form a group to beat me. Li Mumu started directly with a taunt. Steal the hatred. Master, do you need help? Mirongxi still lacks a favor and seems very anxious. You don't have to watch the show on the side, the bounty is all mine. Daughter, you are so eager, but you can't capture a man's heart. Go away. Okay. After Yuan-Shi sold the sword, she walked away satisfied. Oh, we are really underestimated. Among the 12 figures, a man dressed funny spoke. Li Mumu looked at that person. Zulong immediately posted his information in a sensible manner. Pillar 13, King of Deceit, Vampies. Boom. My head exploded instantly due to fraud. Li Mumu closed his fist. So brittle. Ancestral Dragon Zulong, quickly unfold the resurrection formation for me. Li Mumu made arrangements quickly, otherwise the reward would be lost. Master, when they approached, the resurrection array was already deployed. Li Mumu looked at the other 11 people again. I found that these people did not have any surprised expressions. Instead, he wore a weird smile. He, so strong. The voice of the King of Deception came out again. Li Mumu frowned. He now has the blessing of the Lord of Nature. The energy fluctuations around him couldn't be hidden from him at all. But at this time, he did not feel the resurrection formation's operation. I didn't feel that the 12 people on the opposite side were using any resurrection abilities. Boom. Another straight punch came out. It's better if you can't kill him. Otherwise, where can you find so many sandbags that can be blasted? Snake-shaped trickster. Hold the bird's tail. Move, block and beat. Kaishin fist. Li Mumu flew up happily at the side. As for why you need to call your name. When you throw the 2 kings out of Landlord. Don't you have to shout, Wong Bang. He, you are so ignorant. The Deceit King makes a strange comeback again. Okay, enough fun. Li Mumu stretched his muscles and bones. The King of Thrones is handsome enough. I just have a little back pain after sitting for a long time. Stand up and move around. What's the meaning? The Deceiver King frowned. Thank you to the Doll King and the Deception King for the toys they sent me. I had a great time. Has Zulong locked their position? Li Mumu returned to the throne. This doll is made by the Doll King, plus the behavioral rules of the other 12 pillars simulated by the Deception King. In the beginning, it did deceive Zulong's detection and Li Mumu's perception. But that's the mistake. The energy fluctuations when the Deception King puppet is resurrected. It's too obvious. How about looking down on the power of the Lord of Nature? Locked. Locked for what? Aren't we all here? The Deceiver King opened his mouth in panic. The Doll King's craftsmanship is pretty good. He can even reproduce micro-expressions. It would be a pity if he didn't use this craftsmanship to make a real-life paper doll wife. Li Mumu looked at the Deception King's expression and the changes in the focus of his pupils. There were even some slight beads of sweat on his forehead. If it weren't for Sasaki's first choice, Lord of 100 Demons. It seems like this Doll King is pretty good too. When the time comes, all my two-dimensional wives will be created. The master has been found. They have moved to the border of the Principality of Lina at this time. Zulong's investigation has been completed at this time. Ahem, Master Li, your goal is just to get the Principality of Lina. There is no conflict between us, and we are willing to withdraw from the Principality of Lina at this time. The Deception King spoke again. But the voice is no longer the slightly funny voice. 12 pillars on the border at this time. What are we afraid of? Why don't we just do it? The worst we can do is die. Which one of you doesn't have someone with a lifespan of millions of years? The Beast King watched the Doll King's operations. He spoke dissatisfiedly. Idiot, the defense of this Doll King's doll is about the same as that of the Pig King. It can't even withstand one of his punches. Who among us can withstand it? The way the Stick King looked at the Beast King revealed his contempt without any concealment. A reckless man who only knows how to use brute force. Hey, I really want to kill him, I really want to kill him, I really want to kill him. Hunting G, her eyes are red. My whole body was shaking non-stop, as if I was trying my best to restrain myself. When the other people saw this, they all stayed away. This is a crazy woman. Who wants to kill me? Li Mumu appeared, although he flew over directly. But at his current speed, it's no different from teleportation. As soon as I came over, I heard someone saying that they wanted to kill me. Li Mumu looked up and down Hunting G. She was wearing a blood-red Lolita skirt and a double ponytail. He is holding two Nepali machetes half as tall as a man. At this time, he was standing on the same spot, his legs were clamped, and he was trembling. Kill 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 kill. Hunting Princess disappeared from the place instantly. Appeared behind Li Mumu and wanted to cut off Li Mumu's head. When Li Mumu's shield appeared, before he could see clearly how much damage was caused by Hunter G's attack. The shield value is fully restored. Kill. I saw my attack hit the shield. Hunter G became even more excited. Two Nepalese scimitars half as tall as a man were swung so that no shadow could be seen. Ding 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 ding. Li Mumu looked at his shield like a disco. It dropped with a splash, and filled up again after a second. What are you looking at? They're all here to kill you. The Beast King looked at the others and lunged at Li Mumu with a roar. Ouch. The Beast King retreated again. Crazy woman, kill her own people too. The Beast King was slashed and retreated covered in blood. After Hunting Princess enters the battle state, there is no distinction between us and the enemy. If you don't believe me that you are stupid, use long-range attacks. The Stick King looked at the miserable Beast King and mocked. At the same time, he took out his stick. Create mountains and rivers with sticks. Li Mumu looked at the huge long stick swung at him. Extend your right hand. Make a gesture of bouncing marbles. Close your right eye and aim. Watch the timing. Bomb. Controlling his strength, he lightly bounced on the incoming long stick. Crash. Where the giant stick was hit, a gap was made. Gotcha. Click, click, click. From the gap in the giant stick, the cracks began to increase. Until it spreads throughout the stick body. No. My. Lover. Stick Yang. No, the Stick Emperor's eyes were as wide as copper bells. My own baby. Broken. Crash. The completely collapsed giant stick was scattered on the ground. The Stick King seemed to have suffered a fatal blow. He covered his lower body and fainted while frothing at the mouth. Isn't it just a weapon, so why is there such a big reaction? This series of reactions from the Stick Emperor made him look confused. What's going on? This is... Master, according to the data, the Gun King's weapons need to be made with his own body. Judging from his reaction, he should use that part. Although Zhu Long is not with Li Mumu. But for Zhu Long, who has a dark matter calculation core, remote calls are trivial. What do you mean? What did I just touch? That's right. Waterfalls beckon. Li Mumu quickly summoned the water element. Handwashing. Wash your hands like crazy. If it weren't for the ability to regenerate severed limbs now. He wanted to chop off his hands. Bah, why are you so disgusting? Ha 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 ha, kill, kill, kill. Hunter G is still working hard to get better. Arrows. Kuka, the king of lust, emits a pink light. Several straight plum trees. Ha ha ha. Great god Li from China is just like that. As long as he is exposed to my love ray, he will turn into a love machine filled with only the desire for mating. King of Lust Kuka, after seeing his attack hit the target, explained with pride. No matter how strong you are, if you fall under my ray, you will become my slave of love. It's just that he's not finished yet. The pink optical fiber reflected straight back. Successful mental attack determination, counterattack. The pink optical fiber was completely poured into the mouth of the Lust King. This ray of lust is in the hands of the King of Lust. It just turns people into love machines. But Li Mumu. Li's bear helmet has been upgraded at this time. It reflects attacks according to its own mental attributes. Originally it was just a mental attack of 10 to 20 million. At this moment, it turned into 1800 trillion mental attacks. A solid Lust King was beaten. At this time, the whole person turned into a tender pink color. Breathing heavily through the nose. Ho, ho. The world in the eyes of the King of Lust at this time. It has completely turned into a peachy world. No matter where he looked, there were beautiful naked ladies waving to him. Come on, brother. Play with me, brother. Brother, you don't like me anymore. Master, I miss you so much. Today, you must also accompany me well. What? Do you miss your sister again? All kinds of beauties with different styles were constantly tempting him. Let him enjoy pleasure that he has never experienced before. Suddenly his eyes lit up. There is a girl not far away. As lovely as a budding flower. The slight frown made the Lust King feel a sense of affection that he had not seen for a long time. The girl's legs were pressed tightly together. Put your hands on your legs, as if you are enduring something in pain. King of Lust, a hot breath spurted out from his nostrils. I can no longer control my desires. Rushed towards the girl. Ah, spring is coming. Forehead. Li Mumu felt that he was unclean. Watching what the Lust King did to the Stick King. A bit. There is something wrong with all the 13 pillars of your quilt. What kind of only profession is this? Sure enough, there are no normal people in the only profession. The same is true here in China. Look at Yuan Shi. It is not yet known what is wrong with Murong Shi. I'm tired, let's destroy the world. Snapped. Li Mumu snapped his fingers. Cut off the limbs of the King of Lust. Otherwise, if this scene continues, his eyeballs will rot. Jingle ding 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 ding. Hunter G is still scraping like crazy. Hey, if you have any other means, show it to me. If not, I will capture you all and collect the reward. Li Mumu looked at the remaining people. Everyone stared at him fiercely. If you have the ability, use it. Looks can kill, or what? Arrogant. Come together. Abducting Wang Daochuo is a human spirit. He can say the last word to anyone, but at this moment, only he can twist the remaining people into a rope. Devour Earth. Heinous crime. The Beast King is angry. Come on, kids. Blood Moon Dance. Coming out to hang out. It's all about power. Bloody mouth. All of a sudden, various attacks poured down. The earth was trembling faintly. Li Mumu wanted to shout, well done. Unfortunately, things are no longer what they used to be. He is no longer the young boy who was just starting out. He is now a trainee who has been in the game for 2.5 days. This quilt is an attack on 13 pillars. In his eyes at this moment. It's really not popular. Can't arouse any interest. Li Mumu returned to his main hall. Throw a ball of meat onto the deck of Murong Zai's sky battleship. The 13 pillars are all here, check out. That's right. On the way back, I stopped by and caught the Dual King as well. A total lifespan of 48 million years. Master, please see if there is any problem. Murong Shi decisively transferred her lifespan to Li Mumu. At the same time, the 13 quilt pillars were contained using special means. This bounty was originally prepared by the country. The original plan was to strengthen the equipment. By the way, if Lee Mumu was really defeated, the country would lend a helping hand. This is why Suzaku was sent. His aerial battleship carries a large teleportation array. No problem, no problem. Next time the country is inconvenienced, please let me come. By the way, are they in the same prison as Sasaki? Lee Mumu said with a smile. There is no way, he is a cheerful person. This guy earned 80 million years of life today. His face wasn't broken by laughter. It's all because of his expression management. Yes, these player criminals will be imprisoned in the 18 levels of hell in Xuanwu Kingdom. Mirong Shi did not hide anything. These things can be known by just looking up. Xuanwu Kingdom never intended to hide. Okay, can I go in? Lee Mumu thought. Anyway, I have a relationship now. If you can enter normally, then enter normally. I'm afraid it's a bit difficult. What are you going to do? Mirong Shi was a little confused. Who in their right mind wants to go to jail? It's a personal matter, why don't I give you a 20% discount on the next equipment? Lee Mumu was confused. The main reason is that he feels that his entry into this 18th level of hell will not conflict with the interests of the country. Why it was rejected? Do you overestimate your own importance? Master, you misunderstood. That's not what I meant. It's not that we don't want you to go in, but it's the 18th level of hell. No one has been able to come out so far. When Mirong Shi heard this, she knew that Lee Mumu had misunderstood. He quickly explained. It was strengthened by Lee Mumu's hand. The country will definitely do its best to meet all his needs. But once you enter this 18th level of hell, there is no return. Even if Lee Mumu wanted to go in, the state would definitely try its best to stop it. After all, he is a big baby. That's it, okay, I'll just ask. Lee Mumu had no choice but to give up after hearing this. It seems that it is not that easy to seize Sasaki's only profession. Well, Master, I still have a mission here, so I'll take my leave now. Master, do you really not consider my daughter? Pure 36. Boom. Mirong Shi finally dragged Yuan Shi away. Lee Mumu looked at the time. It's almost Zulong time. Master, the time has come. Okay. Start cleaning directly. Half an hour. How long can it last? Most players don't have time to retreat. No matter how vigorously they protest on the internet. But does Lee Mumu feel the pressure of public opinion? Excuse me. He's the one who has the ability to flip tables. Don't care at all. In an instant, billions of rays of light shot down from the sky above the Principality of Lena. All players in the Principality of Lena. Aboriginal people who have engaged in illegal activities. A person who purchased slaves. He was instantly shot by an optical fiber and vaporized. Aboriginal people only have one life. Once you die, you will be completely clean. But players are different. After death, you will be resurrected at the nearest resurrection point. Those who heard Lee Mumu's declaration before were smart enough to know that a little Kalami like him couldn't escape at all. Directly connect the original underground line. However, there are many people who do not believe in evil and think that Lee Mumu is simply bluffing. There are also many honest and honest life players. I don't think Lee Mumu will really take action. So there are almost more than 10 million players online at this time. A round of rays just went down. Lifespan has been directly increased by more than 100 million years. Lee Mumu himself was shocked. The main reason is that he has never thought about extending his lifespan by massacring the country. Boom. The second round of attacks begins. But this time only 50 million years of life were recorded. After seeing Lee Mumujin take action, make a quick decision and log off immediately. The third round of attacks. Lifespan plus 10 million years. The fourth round of attacks. Life expectancy increased by 1 million years. Fifth round of attack. Lifespan increased by 0. Lee Mumu's life balance at this time. 250 million years. This life. Never had such a rich battle been fought. The Abyss of Desire obeys the command. Strengthen the Lord of Nature. The Abyss of Desire is commanded. This is the handsome picture Lee Mumu imagined. In reality. Master is so strong, Master, strengthen Master, my most beloved Master. Life 10 million years. The only professional nature master has been strengthened into a natural paradise. Natural paradise, 8th enhancement. Attribute modification, 4 dimensions plus 1 trillion. Professional passive. Elf King, you are the king of the elf clan. Your orders are above all else, and all elf units will obey your orders unconditionally. Heavenly creation, you can manipulate any naturally occurring elements at will and carry out any reshape you want. Heavenly control, all non-artificial creations in nature can be freely controlled by you, and have your 4-dimensional attributes attached to them. Inheritance, you can pass on all your levels to the next generation of elf kings without loss. Note, strengthening effects cannot be inherited. Li Mumu glanced briefly. Then he commanded Desire Abyss again. Strengthen again. Lifespan 100 million years. The only professional natural paradise is strengthened into natural consciousness. Natural consciousness, 9th strengthening. Attribute modification, 4 dimensions plus 10 trillion. Professional passive. Elf King, you are the king of the elf clan. Your orders are above all else, and all elf units will obey your orders unconditionally. Inheritance, you can pass on all your levels to the next generation of elf kings without loss. Note, strengthening effects cannot be inherited. Incarnation of consciousness, you are the incarnation of nature, and everything in nature will be displayed by your consciousness. You think the wind has a smell, and since the wind has a smell, if you think a man should be pregnant, a man will become pregnant. Everything in nature will be revealed by your consciousness. You are in control. Natural incarnation, what is nature? Objective existence is nature. As the incarnation of nature, no matter how your body is destroyed, as long as there is a natural place, you can reshape yourself again. Hiss. Invincible. Really invincible this time. Li Mumu took a deep breath. With a thought, I even added vanilla flavor to this cold breath. Now Li Mumu is truly invincible. Nature incarnate. What a concept. Just ask what your concept is. This means that as long as the universe does not explode, the entire universe will become nothingness. Even Li Mumu can reinvent himself. He is so invincible, it would be a waste of passivity if he didn't waste it. There is also the concept of consciousness incarnation. Retains the original most basic ability to control various elements. He can now modify the rules of nature at will. That's right. He is a regular skill. As long as Li Mumu wants to. Next time you face the enemy, he can change the rules so that the enemy will become pregnant if he breathes. And the growth is completed in 3 seconds. How much energy does it take to develop a pup? It takes 10 months to gestate. What will happen if it is shortened to 3 seconds? Enemies will be sucked into mummies. Or play something disgusting. His enemies will be scattered as long as they move. At the same time, Li Mumu's 4-dimensional attributes have arrived in Beijing. That's right, Kyo. 16 zeros at the end. So much so that the bonuses of other professions and equipment can only be seen as a fraction. Huge power filled the whole body. And gained the ability to change the rules of nature at will. Li Mumu suddenly had the idea that he was a god. Why can't I be God? What if this feeling of being in control of everything cannot be considered God? Snapped. Li Mumu slapped himself. Is this his inner demon? Fortunately, Li Mumu was born under the red flag. 3 views are upright. I almost slapped it down and cleaned up the map of the Principality of Reiner. This is different from Zulong's land washing. The floor has just been cleaned, and players have been notified in advance. The Aboriginals, on the other hand, killed only guilty people. By killing these people like this, Li Mumu can still find an excuse for himself. You are practicing justice. Now that I have slapped him, he really doesn't care about life and is killing innocent people indiscriminately. Li Mumu shook his head. His strength has improved so quickly in the past 2 days. It can be said that he has been directly promoted from Xiaoxiami to the level of the world-destroying Demon King. And it only took 2 days. My mood has not improved yet. Zulong, we will fully cooperate with Kagome to completely regain the Reiner Principality. After Li Mumu gave Zulong an order, he went offline. He feels that his current state is very dangerous. In his subconscious, he was almost dividing himself and ordinary people into 2 species. I need to go offline and adjust my mentality. Li Mumu appeared again among the ruins of Lao Po Shao. The sky is dim. Pheasants and cud dogs are still waiting here. Li Mumu sniffed. In reality, the air level of Blue Star was getting closer and closer to the world of immortality. The pheasants and cud dogs were too frightened to speak at this moment. The difference in Li Mumu's aura between his two offline appearances was too big. If we talk about the last time he went offline, Li Mumu was still a person who enjoys playing games. Now he has a kind of aura. How to say? We are also fun-loving people, but last time we played together by ourselves. This time, like a planner, like a child playing with ants or a human being fighting crickets. Master, what's wrong with you? Pheasant asked worriedly. Li Mumu's current state is too terrible. Huh, my strength has improved too fast, and I have a mental problem. Li Mumu's eyes moved and he glanced at the pheasant. I really want to try what it would feel like to crush her and then put her back together again. Then he suppressed this thought. This state is too bad. Even though it was just a passing thought. But the pheasants and cud dogs also suddenly became wary. If I had faced Li Mumu before, I would have felt like the person I was facing. At that moment, they felt as if they were facing some ancient god. A feeling of suffocation arises spontaneously. Master, your state is quite common in the early days of the immortal game. How about I find a psychiatrist to enlighten you? The pheasant spoke timidly. Hey, let's try it. Li Mumu gained strength, but the fun seems to be missing a little bit. For example, before, he might have thought that he would go to Sakura to cause trouble. Quite interesting. But now I suddenly feel bored. He can instantly turn all of Sakura's official citizens into human beings and pig heads. And you must drink 8 glasses of nuclear-contaminated water every day. Otherwise, you will explode and die. But I can't get excited. Tired. To put it bluntly, Li Mumu's current state is a very fun standalone game that can be played with great interest for several hours if played normally. The same boss died dozens of times. Still full of love. But now I have opened an invincible blood lock that can kill people in seconds. The boss was originally supposed to be a battle of wits and bravery. Just walk over and hit a level A and it will be solved. Suddenly I feel that this world is so boring. Li Mumu's sigh instantly made the pheasants and cud dogs stand on end. Boss, calm down. Your symptoms are quite normal. Let's go to your new villa first to change our mood. The pheasant quickly comforted him. At the same time, he glanced at the stupid dog. Chu-Go understood immediately and started typing on his mobile phone, not knowing what he was contacting. Li Mumu's symptoms are of course normal. When the immortal game first came out, many people think that they are the children of luck. Doing evil in the real world. The chaos caused by that period of chaos is still a bit scary when I think about it now. But fortunately, ordinary players are powerful. After returning to the real world, it only has level attribute bonuses, and is no match for the country's hot weapons. Catch those who should be arrested at that time, and rectify those who should be rectified on the spot. But Li Mumu is different. Although I don't know what the actual attributes of Master Li are now. Even with his strength, the country will do everything possible to protect him. Li Mumu grabbed the empty space. A man and a woman appeared naked in front of him. Brother Gang is so great. Where is this place? The visitors were none other than Brother Gang and Li Xiaochen. It can be seen that they were doing exercises just now. Li Mumu looked at the two people. A wave of his finger. Both turned into human pigs. The two let out painful wails. Great God. The pheasant reached out and wanted to say something, but no words came out. Of course she also knew who these two people were. Li Mumu's previous information had been read long before coming here. What frightened her was Li Mumu's method of catching people with nothing. Who can stop him? I thought torturing you would make me happy. Li Mumu squatted down, watching Brother Gang and Li Xiaochen twisting on the ground. There is no fluctuation in my heart. Things that are too easy to accomplish cannot cause him any emotional fluctuations at all. It was this that made him feel uncomfortable. Logically speaking. Invincible. I should be very happy. But it's too invincible. It made him bored again, and he suddenly understood why the villains cultivated the protagonist so much. It's really boring. Kill me, please kill me. Brother Gang said in pain on the ground. It was so painful that he just wanted to be relieved as soon as possible. Li Mumu said nothing, just a casual wave. Their limbs were reattached. There are no marks on the wound. It's as if I just turned into a human pig and it was just a dream. This. Mumu, I was wrong, Lee Mumu has been on so many hot searches today. The two of them had long given up the idea of revenge. You are only a little stronger than me, and I may still think of ways to retaliate. But the two of them are scumbags who are less than level 200. Faced with the only profession, even stupider dare not have any thoughts of revenge. Why? Lee Mumu waved his hand again. Their limbs were cut off again. Pick up, cut off, pick up, cut off, pick up, cut off, pick up, cut off. Li Mu numbly repeated this series of operations, looking at Brother Gang and Li Xiaochen on the ground. The painful cry from the very beginning. The air at the back is like a gossamer. Now his eyes are dull and lifeless. Stop it, Master Li. The pheasant opened its mouth. There is no difference between them and the dead now. Pheasant looked at the two people with dull eyes on the ground. They were obviously useless. Do you think I'm cruel? Li Mumu looked at the two of them. Forehead. Pheasant didn't know how to reply for a while. Looking at the quail-loading dog on the side. Why is this so? Li Mumu stretched out his hands and looked at it. Gaining the power to do whatever you want is originally a happy thing. After gaining hundreds of millions of years of life, tens of millions of years of life will be gained every day. He can now be said to be no different from God. Just crossed here a day ago. The goal is just to survive. Why are you unhappy now? Li Mumu has always considered himself a fun person. Somewhat confused. He once thought that if he had money and power, he would have everything. You will get immense happiness. Great God. Pheasant looked at Li Mumu and stared at his hands in a daze for a long time. I couldn't help but interrupt him. Li Mumu ignored it. Instead, it flew straight into the sky. This is his first time flying in the real world. Just 2 breaths. He arrived in space. With just a thought, he transformed himself and no longer needed to breathe. Look at this blue planet. Li Mumu let himself go. Let go of all your spiritual perceptions. All kinds of sounds reached his ears. I don't know where the master has gone. Go back and report it quickly. Eat, 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 just eat. Do you know how difficult it is for your parents to earn such a small amount of life? Life, I will give you all my life. Mom, I miss you so much. Dad doesn't want me anymore either. How dare you treat me to a meal that lasts 2 years? My friend doesn't have a car or a house. Why do you have the nerve to take him out when you ask me like this? Quick, the patient is in shock, emergency treatment is required. Doctor, in this era of immortality games, is it really useful for us to study medicine? Hey, if you take away this child's lifespan, I can live another month happily. Why do you want to do this business? Why don't you just go to work honestly? Report, enemies found at the border. Why don't you let me bring this? What right do you have to stop me? Do you know who my husband is? Hey, how did you know that my son has changed to a high-level profession? Ha ha ha, I'll treat you to a drink next time. We are now in the age of immortality. Although I am 50 years old, my appearance is the same as when I was 20 years old. Why can't I find a man with a high-level profession? Hey, when you get old, it's normal for your family not to want to see you. Ha ha ha, great, I succeeded, I like you, marry me. Let's be together. Mom, I want to eat this. Li Mumu in space. Listen to the voices of all living beings. Some are happy and some are sad. There are family affairs and national affairs. Thousands of people of all kinds make up today's society. Even now, because of the immortality game, the whole people has entered the super era. But the nature of human beings has not changed. Still those 7 emotions and 6 desires. Relatives still talk about those parents who are short-handed. Li Mumu opened his eyes in space. Yes, what he always liked was the smell of fireworks. These are the little things that are insignificant. Even if you gain invincible power. What he likes most is the bowl of tofu puffs on the roadside. And his goal from the beginning was to survive. And explore this infinite and huge eternal world. Here are the literary youths who are just pretending to be stupid. There is still so much fun in this world. When others are feeling complacent, wouldn't it be nice to jump out and say no? When a couple is quarreling, wouldn't it be fun to listen to the gossip? When someone's life is in danger, isn't it true that you jump out to save him and see the grateful look on his face? Precisely because he is invincible. That's why I want to explore a wider world. Precisely because he is invincible. Only then can you watch short videos more freely. Only then can you slap others in the face more boldly. Only then can we play this world without any scruples. Thinking of this, Lee Mumu returned to the ground. Let's go. Take me to see my new villa. After Lee Mumu returned to the ground, he showed that smiling expression again. I am a sunny and cheerful boy. Master, how can we deal with these two people? It looked like Lee Mumu had returned to form. The pheasant didn't dare to ask any more questions. Just after Lee Mumu flew out, they reported to their superiors. It was directly detected that this thing flew into outer space. Although now is the era of superpower for all people. But you were like this all of a sudden. Flying directly into outer space is still too scary. The state's policy towards Lee Mumu was immediately raised. In the past, I might have just tried to meet all his needs as much as possible. Now, as long as he, Lee Mumu, is still on China's side. No matter what you do, we support you unconditionally. So now if Lee Mumu wants to kill these two people, the state will also help with funeral arrangements. Leave it there and take me to see my new home. Lee Mumu looked at the two soulless people on the ground. There is no trace of resentment in my heart. Okay, master. The pheasant kicked the quail dog hard. Go and get the car. The dog rubbed its butt, said nothing, and ran straight out the door to drive. By the way, is there anything the country can't solve recently? Do you want my help? For example, how about we reclaim the sea and build land, or I build a few floating islands for the country to increase the land area of China? Lee Mumu said with a smile. No joke. He really wants to do something, and these things are cheap and easy for him. Just add a rule that is not affected by gravity. Master, the whole world is currently actively preparing for integration. The country's intention is that it is best not to make any big moves recently. Pheasant anyway is a senior staff. She also knows the relevant policies. Fusion, how do you know? Lee Mumu walked behind the pheasant. Look here and there. It's obviously just an ordinary corridor. The predecessor walked past it countless times every day. But Lee Mumu's mood at this moment was completely different. Meditation in space seems to have unlocked the shackles in the heart. He suddenly became interested in everything in life, such as the footprints on the wall. It was a man who kicked his wife after they had a fight. The scratch on the corner was accidentally made by the mother when she went out with her child in the stroller. Everything becomes interesting. As for the matter of integration, he has always felt that Blue Star is getting closer and closer to the eternal world, in all aspects. As predicted by the only profession, Great Sage, Blue Star will be fully integrated into the immortal world in the next major version update of the immortal game. Pheasant was not surprised at all when he saw Lee Mumu, although he was a little confused. But it didn't show. Will there be a big disaster after integration? Why do all countries have to keep a low profile now? Come downstairs. Chu Go drove a car full of technology, but Lee Mumu didn't recognize it. I don't know, but the emergence of a new continent will definitely attract the attention of the original indigenous forces. Therefore, all countries on Blue Star have a surprisingly consistent attitude this time. Blue Star people must be consistent in dealing with the outside world. Pheasant opened the car door for Lee Mumu. At the same time, he continued to explain to Lee Mumu. Tisk, there will never be a shortage of traitors. Lee Mumu pursed his lips. They used to be called traitors. What should it be called now? Rape. He is quite confident in his country. After all, the Chinese nation is a race. After all, this race has many tragic stories when faced with national justice. As for a certain beautiful tribe, the only movies he made were about personal heroism and destroying an entire alien fleet. Lee Mumu didn't understand it before, but now he does. Send 2 nuclear bombs to the Dragon King to try. The Dragon King eats those things like popping candy at most. Haha, at least on the surface, we in China cannot take the initiative to break this balance. Pheasant smiled awkwardly. Lee Mumu nodded and said nothing. To be honest, my style may have come from here. It's better to be polite first and then to fight. I understand everything. The Chew dog drove the car and moved forward. The green plants on both sides kept moving back. No way, the country is so stingy, giving me a villa in the suburbs. Lee Mumu looked at more and more plants. Which suburb are you sending yourself to? Sir, you misunderstood. Pheasant opens the window. We have entered your manor half an hour ago, and the green plants on both sides are now designed by internationally renowned landscape designers. I'm embarrassed that it's me. The road to the family estate has to be driven for half an hour. He has only seen it in the boss of ancient romance dramas. I never thought it would happen to me one day. You won't buy me a 500 square meter bed, right? Ha ha ha, master, you are joking. The car swerved. A modern and simple villa comes into view. This villa is built using the most advanced technology and has a basement of 20,000 square meters. It can ensure the safety of the owner in any extreme situation. Pheasant was explaining like a real estate agent at this time. But there were some things she didn't say. The reason why the security level of this villa is so high is that the state wants to protect his sweetheart. But at present, it seems that Lee Mumu's strength does not need protection at all. Welcome home, master. Upon entering the villa, the two groups of maids bowed to welcome their master back home. They are all perfect beauties. No one is worse than Li Xiaochen. Even worse than his daughter who has over $1 million. These are the maids arranged to take care of you. Just tell them what you need and they will be able to meet any of your needs. The pheasant bites hard on any two words. It seems to indicate something else. Master, let's take our leave first, and let these maids introduce the rest to you. The pheasant breathed a sigh of relief. Finally this task was completed. Okay, help me say thank you to the country. If you need anything, just ask. I'm worried about having nothing to do. Lee Mumu said sincerely. After watching them leave, enter the villa under the guidance of the maid. In the past, Lee Mumu would say extravagant. Now, I have the Midas touch with my backhand. Just sprinkle water on these things. But some people pinch their shoulders and some press their feet. There are still people feeding grapes to life. Quite comfortable. Master, so sweet. One thing to say. They really understood the game of longevity. These maid girls. Occupational unity: maid, dancer, chef, housekeeper, nurse, nanny, nutritionist, masseur, cleaner. Very professional. According to what they said. They are all trained together. These professions do not require experience in killing monsters. You only need to work normally to get experience upgrades. Lee Mumu also recalled it. The memory in my mind is that many players will not go out of the city to participate in the battle. The risk is too high, and there are still some bad guys like hunters. So there will be many pure life professionals. But Lee Mumu's mind has always been that of a pure life professional. Blacksmith, tailor, shoemaker, and other occupations that make equipment. Sure enough, I still have inertial thinking. In a real game world, the coverage of life and career is too broad. For example, in current Blue Star, many jobs require professional qualifications. It's not a profession like his previous life that required certification. It is a real profession, such as going out to putty, and others want masonry profession. Lee Mumu's group of maid girls are professional housekeeping talents. If you pick one out alone, you can stand alone. This time, the country sent 20 to Lee Mumu at once. So Lee Mumu is now slumped on the sofa watching the news. A maid pinched the left foot, and a maid pinched the right foot. There are 2 maids rubbing legs. 2 are responsible for shoulder massage, and 1 is responsible for head massage. There are also people who are responsible for feeding fruits, wiping mouths, and carrying drinks, ready to feed at any time. Lee Mumu's eyes were almost slitted with enjoyment. Complain at the same time. Why was I being pretentious at that time? Such a beautiful world. You really need to protect it. Master, eat strawberries. Sorry, after I was invincible before, I felt that the world was too boring. As expected, I was still short-sighted. Me, Lee Mumu. It's already in the shape of enjoyment. Cannot go back. Professor Yi, what impact do you think this new version update and the addition of the strange big map will have on the pattern of the immortality game? A live talk show was being played on the TV at this time. The interviewer said he was a well-known expert on immortality games. Lee Mumu didn't know him anyway. However, the topic they discussed intrigued Lee Mumu. I think the addition of the weird big map and the addition of players from the parallel world is a good thing for Blue Star players. Oh, what does Professor Yi mean by this? You see, it has been 3 years since our Blue Star entered the Age of Immortality games. This leading advantage cannot be ignored. Secondly and most importantly, new players will join, which means a large number of lifespans will be generated. Everyone knows that the lifespan of this immortal game can only be obtained by upgrading, defeating some rare monsters, and various heavenly and earthly treasures. For ordinary players, the lifespan can only be obtained by upgrading, rare monsters, and heavenly and earthly treasures. Treasure is too far away for players like us. With the influx of new players in the parallel world, our Blue Star players can earn a lot of lifespan by taking the lead. There is another way that Professor Yi has not mentioned here. But everyone knows it. That's the hunter. There is no so-called safe zone in the game of immortality. This new player who comes in through the weird map will probably have a difficult time. When talking about weird maps, we have to mention one person, and that is our great god Li. I wonder what Professor Yi thinks of this person. The host brought up a sensitive topic. The outside world now has mixed reviews of Li Mumu. On the one hand, he strengthens equipment for domestic players and opens new maps. On the other hand, he occupied the Principality of Lina and slaughtered almost all the players in the Quilt country. There are quite a few people who support Li Mumu in China. However, there is basically a one-sided boycott abroad. Li Dashan, my evaluation of him is that he is too stupid. If I were him, I would definitely not expose my talent. It is really unwise. Professor Yi said with a smile on the TV. And he is too violent. He treats our neighboring country, the Quilt country, so roughly, and affects the friendship between countries. He really has no overall perspective, is stupid, and is violent. I don't like it. Li Mumu smiled slightly in front of the TV. Professor Yi doesn't know who pushed out the Pathfinder stone. Just put it aside to test your tolerance. Li Mumu's mental power was released. A thought. Professor Yi's arms on the TV exploded directly. The host had blood splattered on his face. Immediately, Professor Yi's head turned into a pig's head. Ah! There was chaos in the interview room for a moment. Screams broke out. Li Mumu still didn't kill anyone. Not his holy mother. But he always felt that he could kill someone casually. It's too easy. Anyway, once you close your eyes, you don't know anything anymore. But living in pain is even more despairing. So Li Mumu also gave Professor Zutu Yi 2 protective rules. Prevent him from committing suicide. The next moment, Li Mumu's voice sounded in the live broadcast room. Next time you say something bad about me, don't let me hear you. After finishing speaking, Li Mumu looked relieved. Ah, so cool. There was a time when he wanted to slap those internet keyboard warriors in the face. Give it a try today. As expected, it was so refreshing that I felt confused. The world is still beautiful. It's just that he completely ignored his actions. What a huge psychological shadow it has on these maid sisters. Even the movement of pressing the feet stopped. A thought flashed through everyone's mind. It's over, my master is a pervert. Others just scolded him during the live broadcast, and he blew up their hands and turned them into pig heads. If I continue to work here, what if I make a mistake one day? No, I have to find an opportunity to resign. Hey, why did you stop? Li Mumu noticed that the maids and sisters who were massaging him stopped moving their hands. I'm sorry, master, please don't punish me, XN. A group of pretty maids and girls immediately knelt down in panic. I beg Li Mumu for forgiveness. I'm afraid that if I take a step too slow, I'll turn into a pig's head. Hey, you are acting like I am a pervert. Relax, I have a good temper. Li Mumu gave a somewhat embarrassing explanation. There is something wrong with Professor Yi at first glance. Either there is someone pushing him behind his back, or he is someone like those public intellectuals who admire foreign things. So teach lessons. He, Li Mumu, is a decent person. Looking at these maids, each of them almost buried their heads in their chests. Hey, okay, I forgive you, get up quickly. Li Mumu was helpless. It seems that in the future I can be at peace with myself and have fewer people to talk to. Yes, master. All the maids then stood up. Forget it, I'm going to take a shower. After being exposed like this, Li Mumu immediately lost his mood and continued to be corrupt. I plan to take a bath and relax. Who said there is a private hot spring pool in this dabi? Master, we are here to help you bathe. Quote. After taking a shower, Li Mumu came out refreshed. I have motivation again. The game of immortality starts. Return to the everlasting continent again. Master, you are back. Zhu Long greeted immediately. Well, nothing happened while you were away, right? It's all under control. Okay. Go to World Tree. Li Mumu sat back on his throne. He is not in a hurry to strengthen his career. The important thing now is to increase your income. After a while, the nano archosaur appeared on the World Tree. Li Mumu released his mental perception. He really wanted to transplant the World Tree directly into Zulong's body. This way he doesn't have to run around. But through his current natural authority perception, the World Tree connects the entire Earth. There is no possibility of transplantation. Hey, okay, it's just a little troublesome at most, come out. Desire Abyss. Following Li Mumu's call, the Abyss of Desire crawls out of a cloud of purple smoke. Oh, my dearest and dearest master, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, master, master. If he hadn't been on a plane now, Li Mumu estimated that this guy was going to rush up and lick his toes. Strengthen the World Tree, as you command, my most beloved master. Lifespan -1 million years. Come again. Lifespan 10 million years. Continue. Lifespan 100 million years. The World Tree can originally produce 1 year's worth of crystals in 1 second. After Li Mumu's ultimate strengthening, at this moment, crystals are being spit out at a throughput of 1000 years per second. Calculated based on 86,400 seconds in a day. Now Li Mumu does nothing even if he is lying down. 1 day's net profit is also 86.4 million years of life. Rounding it off is 100 million. Certainly. Who would be satisfied with just this little life? There are only 1.4 million elves. Now, Li Mumu is about to start a violent attack. Snap your fingers lightly. All life crystals are restored to the fountain of life. It was like a flash flood in an instant. The fountain of life sweeps across the entire ancient forest. Li Mumu now has the title of Elf King. Then he ordered all the elves currently in the ancient forest to prepare for the arrival of the new elves. The World Tree that has been strengthened again. The fountain of life produced has a stronger breath of life. Just smelling it makes you feel refreshed. As for the new elves having no clothes to wear, Li Mumu now needs a large number of violent troops. So I didn't mind the trouble and started making the clothes myself. He can manipulate any material in nature. The void can pinch people. Of course it's a trivial matter to pick up some clothes. It's just that I didn't want to do it because it was too troublesome before. Zhu Long, don't be idle. I know it won't be difficult for you to make a few clothes. Li Mumu patted the armrest and complained about Zhu Long. Master, I am a war machine. Even if I make antimatter cannons, can you bear to let me be a tailor? Nano Zhu Long said aggrievedly. It seems that he is really not satisfied that he has been overused. Young Baba, I, your master, can crush you with my bare hands, but now I am working as a tailor. Li Mumu didn't give Zhu Long any face. Isn't this all for a better life in the future? Now there are 1.4 million elves, and the income is almost 100 million every day. What if I increase my troops to 10 million? What about 100 million? Why? Zhu Long sighed and then joined the tailor queue. The number of elves is increasing visibly to the naked eye. 1.4 million, 1.8 million, 2 million, 10 million, 100 million, good. After the elves expand to 100 million, Li Mumu stopped. It's not that he isn't greedy. The main thing is to solve the problem of eating, drinking of 100 million elves. He can pinch food out of thin air. But you can't let yourself become a full-time cook just because of this. He does nothing every day except making food for his precious daughters. Turn off the faucet. The abyss of desire sweeps the battlefield and drinks up the fountain of life. The output of the World Tree becomes pure crystal again. Li Mumu made an estimate. Now he earns 1 day's life expectancy. 8.6 billion years. Okay. What the hell, his output alone is probably more than that of the whole world. Zulong, contact Kagome and ask her to arrange for these 100 million elves. As you command, Master. The other side. Principality of Lena. Now it is renamed Elf Kingdom. Kagome was lying on her desk with a painful look on her face. Although I am very happy to have rescued my compatriots. Very happy. I really want to lick the Elf King's toes. But the workload of accepting a country is still too much. Although there are nano-archosaurs around, there is no problem at all in terms of force. However, there are countless problems in other aspects. There are still 1.4 million fellow elves who need to settle in the ancient forest. Kagome, don't be discouraged, you can do it. Kagome patted her face. Wake yourself up. For the 1.4 million compatriots, and for the majestic Elf King, His Highness. Kagome, come on. Is Kagome here? Zulong's dark communication connects to Kagome. Lord Zulong, what's the matter? Kagome said respectfully. Whether it is the identity of the ancestral dragon or the help to their elves. They all deserve the title of adults. Oh, the Master has just created another 100 million elves here in World Tree. Remember to make arrangements. Click. The pen in Kagome's hand shattered. Kagome tried her best to stay calm and forced an ugly smile on her face. Lord Zulong, I didn't hear you clearly just now, can you say it again? Oh, the Master just created another 100 million elves. How many? 100 million. Are you sure it's not an embryo, but a living elf? Yes. Click. Kagome's desk was announced to be laid off. 100 million. Kagome let out a scream, and the expression on her face was comparable to that of the Yanyi witch. The entire Principality of Lena had a population of just over 10 million. Your Majesty the Elf King, do you really understand what a population of 100 million is? Kagome twisted and crawled on the ground. She has managed more than 100,000 elves at most. What is the concept of 100 million now? She felt like her CPU was being overloaded. Then how about I discuss it with the Master? Zulong continued to respond. No. Kagome quickly stopped her. I must never betray the trust of His Highness the Elf King. I'll fight hard. Come here. Prepare a car of rainbow cattle for me. I'm not sleeping now. Kagome ordered her subordinates. Just 100 million elves. The other side. Li Mumu was thinking about a question. Who will guard the crystals produced by the World Tree? At present, although his own fighting power is not afraid of anyone. But he can fight without himself. It seems like there is only one Nano Dragon King. But he is his own mount. How about a taller mount? It doesn't seem impossible. Li Mumu opened the auction house excitedly. What kind of baby will you choose this time? Open the auction house. Li Mumu swept away. Still those things. There's nothing new and innovative. By strengthening equipment for the national team, Li Mumu understood. Really good stuff. It won't be circulated on the market at all. But it doesn't affect him, Li Mumu. Now you don't have to worry about your life expectancy. What rubbish. Strengthen a lifespan of 100 million years. He will also become a super baby. Now that we have the face-saving project of Nano Dragon King. This time I will make a cooler one. Turn on the mecha. And mechas are not considered mount units. It's just a simple prop tool. EWP3 free type mecha. Wanderer mecha. Discoverer magic mecha. Red Wolf chariot. Drill number. Don't tell me, there are still many types of mechas in this immortal game. There are purely technical ones. It's a combination of magic and technology. It has a punk style and works wonders with great force. There are also half-living things. And this kind of half-living body is different from half-living bodies like Zulong. They are types with mechanical life. Just when Li Mumu's choice was beyond words. A private message was sent. Yo, Master Li, I heard that he's been very charming recently. News from Baileiqing came. Speaking with a bad mouth. Who wouldn't? Oh, isn't this our scumbag collector, Sister Baileiqing? Don't think that because you have your only profession, I won't kill you. Come on, I'll stand still. Li Mumu pursed his lips and smiled. Not that I like it. But after Li Mumu came to this world, the person who stayed with him the longest was Baileiqing. Moreover, Baileiqing's free and uninhibited character makes us very comfortable to get along with. HMPH. Don't be complacent. When I change my job to my only profession, I will kill you. Yo yo yo, I'm in a hurry. Hey, I originally got news about an ancient ruins. I heard that it is possible to excavate things from ancient civilizations, some people don't need it. Okay, stop talking. I'll strengthen you once for free. Love you, brother Mumu. Tisk. Close the private chat panel. Li Mumu continued to tour the Mecca. Baili Ching made an appointment with him 2 hours later and met at the same place. Yes, the old place was where Baili Ching invited him to dinner for the first time. It's still early, let's choose a new show-off tool first. Let the enemy use all their power to break the Mecca they operate. When I thought there was a weak driver inside. What a feeling it would be to find out that the Mecca is just his limiter. Beautiful. The decision is yours. Explorer. Height 78 meters. Weight 2,000 tons. Equipped with plasma dagger. 4 floating guns. Energy. Solar furnace reactor. Because mecha combat props can directly increase the user's combat effectiveness. There are no equipment attribute requirements. So the prices are very high. The attribute power that can be exerted like this may be more than 100,000. Long-range weapons are more powerful. But the starting price is a lifespan of 300,000 years. The price is 1 million years. Fill it up directly. Mr. Lee, his lifespan is not short of that now. It's there as soon as you close your eyes. Auction successful. Player Lee Mumu, please pay attention to check. Accepting mechanical props has always been a ritual. I saw a meteor-shaped object streaking across the sky. Boom. A huge impact sounded. A huge mecha landed in front of Lee Mumu. The mecha knelt on one knee and supported the ground with one hand. The perfect hero landing position. Explorer, at your service. A stiff mechanical sound sounded. There is no emotional fluctuation at all. It's so mechanical, and the voice is so cool. When Lee Mumu heard this voice, he felt that his hormone levels had risen. Master, if you like this, I can do it too. Zulong's voice sounded. Well, you don't have to, just keep doing it. Has this Zulong been jealous a lot lately? Lee Mumu complained in his heart but did not say it out loud. After iris recognition and DNA binding, this explorer officially belongs to Lee Mumu. Desire Abyss, come out to work. Master, Zadlia HDSBWAJBDS. Secret skill, automatically blocked. Since I can't change you, then I will change myself. Force him. Lee Mumu waved his hand and pointed at the explorer. XMSNWHDAG. The abyss of desire opens its mouth. Swallowed the explorer. Lifespan 1 year. The explorer is strengthened into a combat explorer. The overall style hasn't changed much. But the height increased by 50 meters. Come again. Lifespan 10 years. Combat explorer strengthened into ultimate explorer. Added plane summoning function. In other words, Lee Mumu can now look like an armored warrior or something. Shout. Transform. You can immediately summon the ultimate explorer equipment. It's somewhat useful, but not much. Continue. Lifespan 100 years. Ultimate Explorer evolves into Space Explorer. A new mothership has been added to cooperate with explorers. A variety of equipment can be provided at any time, allowing explorers to face various environments with ease. The height has also reached 400 meters. Come on, keep on raping him. Lifespan 1000 years. Space Explorer evolves into Planet Explorer. Well, my body size has skyrocketed. The height directly became 4 kilometers. Hey, don't get bigger again. No matter how big it is, it will be inconvenient to compare. Lee Mumu howled. Do you think Nano Zulong is handsome? Very handsome indeed. But it's so big. Almost no one can see his whole face. The pretentiousness coefficient plummets. Lee Mumu, am not as good as you in combat power now. Can you please stop being so strong? It's too big and hard to operate. Okay master. Quote ? Turns out you can control it. Yes, my respected master. Then why didn't you tell me earlier? But master, every time you strengthen, you shout louder. Stronger. That's why the small one. Do it for a long time. It's my fault. It didn't say anything on your panel. You can control the direction of reinforcement. Hey, it's hard to lead a team. Lee Mumu sighed. Continue to strengthen and concentrate it for me to get the essence. Your order is my direction. Lifespan 10,000 years. Planet Explorer Enhanced 2. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.